What's all this, sis? I don't get anything happening here.
What's wrong, Ellie? Lower your voice when talking to your sister. Don't be rude, okay?
Well, sorry for that, but what am I supposed to do with all the stuff you sent me? If you're trying to get rid of all your old makeup and clothes, could you not send it to me? I'm not a garbage truck, you know. And if you're going to send stuff to my place, could you at least give me a call beforehand? Today was my day off, otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to accept it from the delivery man.
What? Did you open it? You weren't supposed to do that. That's my stuff. They were all addressed to me. Don't touch anything from now on.
I'm sorry, I admit I got a little curious. But it's still your fault for sending all these things to my place. I mean, why did you do that? I'm guessing you're the one who packed all this. Why do you need to send me your underwear? I'm pretty sure most people don't send their personal belongings somewhere their sibling is living. Care to explain? The addresses were printed out, so maybe you accidentally used the wrong address? If you were trying to send it somewhere else, I could do that for you if you tell me the actual address. Although I'm still going to charge you for it.
Wait, Ellie. I think you're getting ahead of yourself. I didn't use the wrong address. Everything is going perfectly as planned. I'm going to live at your place starting tomorrow. And I need you out of there as soon as possible.
Excuse me? Are you being serious? I think you're out of your mind. You can't just kick someone out of their own house. Don't you know?
It's not fair that you get to live in a luxury apartment. I want to live somewhere like that too. I deserve to live somewhere luxurious with a great view just as anyone else. Starting tomorrow, that place is going to be mine. So I want you out.
What? Do you think I'm going to be okay with that? You're not making any sense. I hope you understand that. That house belongs to me and my boyfriend. You can't just expect to move in like that without any permission. That's not how life works. I know you weren't exactly the smarter sister. But I'm starting to get worried about how dumb you could be at times. Is everything okay anyways? I'll just send you back all of your stuff. I hope you understand.
Ellie, everything is more than okay. It's great you might think I'm stupid. But this time you're the one who's being the dummy. It's different now. Because I have permission to move in.
What? Who gives you?
Tom.
What?
Why wouldn't he? We are a couple after all.
A couple? What's that supposed to mean?
A couple means a couple. We go out. We kiss. We cuddle. And we're dating. And so, Tom is my boyfriend. Not yours. That's why I'm going to live in that apartment.
What? Tom and I are engaged. You know that, right?
Oh, you're so stupid, sis. Do you still not understand? You and Tom are over. You guys aren't a thing anymore. Tom was tired of you a long time ago, and it's finally time that you broke up. A long time ago. We've been dating for more than a year now. I'm glad you never noticed though. But now you know it all. Every time Tom told you that he was working overtime, he actually secretly going on a date with me. Well, most of the time, but it was still a lot. Are you surprised? I bet you are. Tom is mine now, Ellie. We're madly in love. There's nothing you can do about it.
I knew you were an airhead, but this is going too far. You know that's cheating, right?
No, I don't think so. It's not cheating if it's true love. You're the one that's forcing him to cheat on me. It's time you ended your relationship with Tom. Say goodbye to him and leave the rest to me. Go away. I'll make sure to make him happy as a wonderful couple. A parasite like you shouldn't be living with Tom. Just get out of there.
A parasite? I wonder who you're talking about.
Obviously you. I thought you were the smart one. You're making Tom pay for all the rent. You don't help him pay the bills and you even make him pay for all the food. And it's not like you don't work. You're just being stingy and hogging all your money for yourself. You still make Tom pay for everything. It's not fair. What do you even need all that money for? Are you trying to buy another house? How greedy you are. Someone like you deserves to be called a parasite.
Wow. Interesting. So let me get this straight to the point. You're saying that I'm making Tom pay for all the rent? And all the food too? I'm assuming Tom told you that, right?
Yeah, he told me everything. He told me how you're always so bossy and that you demand so much from him. He said he'll be willing to listen to you just a bit more if you were a bit more sweet. But since you always act so blunt and cold, he figured that'll be way too much to expect from you. I think he's actually like super tired of you. He said how he hated the way you never show any gratification even after he pays for everything. He feels like he's not being appreciated. He also doesn't like your cooking apparently. It's always undercooked and tasteless. When it comes to housework. God, can't believe that. He has to do all the cleaning. Don't you know that a man should focus on career path? How could you do nothing and let him take care all of that? When I move in, I'll do all the housework for him. Anyways, he basically wants to live with someone sweet who's willing to be a loving wife. I'm perfect for him.
What? Are you insane?
I'm being serious. Tom said he loved me so much. He loves the way I'm so sweet and cute to him. I believe he'll proud of having a wife like me. You're too stupid to be his wife. Ellie. Ellie. Where are you? I'm talking to you right now.
I'm here, Gina. Calm down, I'm still see your chat. Thank you for the compliment to Tom. I think I heard everything I needed to. I'll have a chat with Tom just to sort out the details. If what you said is true, I suppose our engagement will be over.
Yeah, you should definitely go talking things over with him. I would really love it if I could start living in that house. Ellie. Hey. Pick up the phone now. We need to talk.
What's wrong, Gina? I thought we don't anything to talk. Your plan was successful. You know, got the house and my boyfriend. Are you still unhappy about it?
Stop it, Ellie. I'm definitely happy now. Everyone knows that.
So what you do text me for?
Because it's urgent.
I don't think there's anything urgent. Okay, so tell me. What's that?
I just got a letter from the building management. It says that we didn't pay for our rent and that we have 2 weeks to pay. Otherwise we'd be kicked out. What is going on? I don't understand. I need help.
Okay.
Why isn't our rent paid? Shouldn't it automatically be withdrawn from Tom's bank account? Tom went back to his parents' house yesterday and I can't get in touch with him. You need to explain this to me.
Sure, I'll do that. So you might not know, but Tom and I used to share the account. I withdrew my share from it when I left him. I'm guessing you two ran out of money. And that's why that notice came. Was this answer helpful? And I think you should try again to contact you, wonderful man. As always, he'll ran away if there's a problem. How ridiculous.
Stop it, Ellie. Stop looking down on my man. I can't get anything from what you're saying. I can't imagine you're salty. You just can't steal money from your ex. Give it back. I could call the police.
You're very funny, Gina. I didn't steal a single cent from Tom. I only took out what I put in.
What? You must be lying.
No, I'm dead serious. I just got what belongs to me. Don't you think it is fair? After considering how much of what I put in was used to pay the bills, I made some calculations and only took out what was left. I knew this issue would pop up sooner or later. So I even kept a note. I can show you how I made my calculations if you want. But I'm sure all you'll find is that I was actually being pretty generous with you too.
Wait, Ellie. Hold on a second. You have said what? You paid for the bills too?
Yeah, you want to hear about that?
Well, forget it. That's not important right now. Maybe later. Anyways, I am not a big fan of number. So I'll take your word for it. But if you only took what was yours, why isn't our rent paid? I mean, Tom should be paying for it even after you left. It's his house too.
Yeah, you should probably tell him. It costs more than $1,000 to live in this house.
What? How could that be?
You're living in the city center, Gina. This amount is not too much in that location. But I bet that's all he deposits in the bank account per month, right? I mean, that's how much he used to deposit back when we were living together. I hate to burst the bubble. But there's no way you can live in a luxury apartment by only paying that much per month. Just because he used to pay $1,000 every month doesn't mean that's enough. Especially if his new girlfriend isn't helping with the rent.
Isn't that common sense?
It looks like we finally agree on something.
He doesn't actually think $1,000 is enough, right?
I'm sorry to tell you, sis. But if you got that little notice, chances are that he still thinks it is. The world is a large place and sometimes the people that live there can surprise you. If my mind serves me right, his monthly wage is around $4,000. I don't think someone like that should be living in a duplex. I told him so back when we were looking for a place to live together, but he just wouldn't listen. He said that it was his dream to live in a duplex. And that if we were going to live together, it was better to find a place where we could settle down for good instead of going through the trouble of moving over and over again. So apartment it was. Although I really tried my best to stop him.
HI's monthly wage is $4,000? How are you supposed to live in an apartment with that salary? I mean, I guess you can live in it. But that's it. You can't pay for anything else.
I know, Gina. I told him. I warned him that if he wanted to live in a duplex he would have to either get several promotions. Or at least, she should find a better job. Of course, I was going to pay half the rent, but I was still worried about his savings. But then he got all upset about how I hurt his feelings or something. So he ran all the way home to his parents' house. And had them give me a lecture about what it means to be a good wife. Pretty funny, considering how I wasn't even his wife back then. Anyways, I didn't want to make a scene, so I decided it was easier if I just covered the expenses. In addition, his parents made me swear that I don't talk about his salary anymore. In retrospect, it was a pretty bad move, good thing. I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Wait a minute, Ellie. So you were paying for the rent too? Just like the bills?
What? So what do you think I was using all of my money for? My monthly wage is double of what Tom earns. I had to spare some cash to make my ex-partner's wishes come true.
What? Really? Tom told me about how you were making him pay for everything.
It was obviously a lie. He exaggerated things a bit, but it was definitely a lie to impress you. All he paid was $1,300 a month. And I paid for the rest, including the cost for food and necessities. You know that he expects the woman in the house to do all the cooking and cleaning. Maybe that's fine if you're a housewife. But I was working just as much as he was, so it's not going to work out. So if anyone's a parasite, I'd say it was him. To be honest, I wasn't exactly on good terms with his parents. I really didn't like them, and I had the feeling that they didn't like me as well. I guess in the end everything turned out fine for me. And it's all thanks to you. I imagine things will be tough, but I'm sure you'll be able to handle it. I think we finally found a real parasite.
What? I can't get what's going on? Why all of that happens all of a sudden? I thought I could live a luxury life.
Don't be so fooled, Gina. You can't just be lazy and live such a wonderful life. Wake up, Gina.
But what am I supposed to do now?
I don't know. And I don't care. You are the one to steal my boyfriend and my house in the first place. It's the time you enjoy your success, right? I don't want to see your face anymore.
Wait, Ellie. Ellie.
After that, Gina decided to chase Tom down. She traveled all the way to his parents' house and had a massive fight with them. But it's common sense that his parents would stand on Tom's side. Eventually, no one wanted to pay the rent. The managing board of the building decided to sue Tom and Gina. There's a bad news that if they don't pay, they can't be sentenced to prison. It's fun to see how they manage that. Your husband is no longer yours. I want you to divorce him.
I'm sorry, but who is this?
What does it matter who I am? I'm telling you to get divorced. If you don't do as I say, you'll regret it.
Is this a threat? Who are you? And why are you telling me to get divorced? It says your name's Jenna. But I don't know any Jenna. What is your relation to my husband?
You don't deserve him. You're so much older than him. Stay away from him, you hag.
I'm only 3 years older than him. Is that too wide of an age gap? And why do I have to listen to some stranger call me a hag? I don't get what's going on, but I'm going to ask my husband if he knows a Jenna.
If you tell him, I'll kill you.
So you're really threatening me now?
Don't say a word to him about me. Just shut your damn mouth and divorce him as soon as possible. Or else your life will be in danger.
Please, stop with the threats and just tell me who you are. How did you find my account, Jenna? What time are you back today, Tom?
I don't know yet. Why? What's up?
I just got a very strange message from someone.
A strange message from who?
Tom. Are you hiding something from me?
Why would I be hiding anything from you? You're my wife. I tell you about everything, don't I?
Are you sure you're not forgetting to tell me something?
Did something happen? You're acting weird.
Anyways, can you please come back home earlier if it's possible? I have something I want to talk to you about. More like questions to ask.
Sorry, not today. I have to stay in the office until late. So much work to catch up on. Oh, I almost forgot. I also have to catch a plane early tomorrow morning for a business trip. I think I'll sleep over at the office since the airport is closer from here. I'm sorry, but can we talk when back?
Can't you come home even just for a little bit?
I already said I can't. I have to work all night to catch up. I would really go home if I could, but I can't tonight.
All right. Then let me know if you get to come back early, will you? I really want to talk with you. Hi, Finn. There's something I want to talk about.
Are you okay? Is Tom with you?
No, he can't come home because of work.
Again? That boy's been working way too much. His father's away too. I guess getting overworked runs in the family. It's late, but do you want to come over and have dinner?
Oh, I'd love to come over. I was feeling a bit lonely and scared, so I really wanted to be with someone right now. Is it all right if I head over to your place?
Sure. I was bored, so I'm happy to have you over too.
I'm glad you live close to us, since my parents live in another state. I'm leaving now.
Be careful on your way here. It's already starting to get dark.
I will.
Selena? I thought you'd be here an hour ago. Are you all right? It's only supposed to take 5 minutes for you to get here. Did you go somewhere else first? Selena!
I can't take the call right now. I'm in a meeting. I'll message you later.
Pick up the phone right now.
I'm busy. I'll call you tomorrow. Talk to you later. Where are you, Selena? Where did you go so early in the morning? If you had plans, you should have told me earlier. Ah, well, it's not like I came back to talk to you. I just forgot something at home and came to get it. And I'm about to leave on my business trip. You're not even reading my messages. What are you doing? Anyways, I left all my dirty clothes on the sofa. Make sure you wash them all by Monday. See ya! What are you doing? Why are you ignoring my message? You can ignore me all you want, but you better not be slacking off on the housework. Remember, you have to get the laundry done by Monday. Selena. What the hell? I told you to do the laundry and it's not done. And the house isn't any cleaner than when I last saw it on Friday. You can't do laundry and you can't clean the house. What can you do, Selena? You're completely useless.
That's enough.
What?
You should be ashamed of yourself. What the hell were you doing this whole time? Without even returning my calls.
What? But I message you every day. You're the one who wasn't replying to my messages.
This isn't Selena. This is your mother. I brought you into this world, and now you're making me want to take you out of it. How did I raise a narcissist like you?
What? Mom? Are you pretending to be my mom to scare me, Selena? Because it's not working?
I tried to call you to tell you about Selena, but you wouldn't pick up the phone. And you kept ignoring my messages, and that's why I had to use Selena's phone so that I could finally talk to you.
Oh, it is you. Sorry, Mom. Like I said, I had a lot going on my business trip. You don't have to get so angry with me.
You're the cause of all this. I'm so ashamed to have you as my son.
Huh? What are you saying? Why are you so mad? So where's Selena? What's she doing? And why are you using her phone? She wouldn't reply to my messages. Did something happen to her?
She got attacked by some woman you've been seeing behind her back. I never raised you to be unfaithful.
Who did what?
That woman hurt Selena so badly that she had to be taken to the hospital. And then you went on vacation with her without even knowing what she did to your wife.
Wait, are you serious? Is Selena seriously in the hospital?
You got missed calls from an unknown caller, didn't you? You never pick up the phone for anyone.
I didn't know who it was. It could have been a sales call, and I didn't want to have to deal with that. I didn't know that it was from the hospital. So is she still there at the hospital?
She's conscious. But she got really roughed up. I saw that you were sending rude messages to her. So I asked her if I could borrow her phone for a bit to talk some sense into you.
Now I get what's going on. I'm sorry, Mom. I was on the business trip, so I couldn't reply to you right away. It's not my fault for being so busy. Blame my boss for making me work so much.
Stop lying to me, Tom.
But it's true.
I know that the trip you went on was not for work. You went with that crazy woman to cheat on your poor wife.
What are you saying, Mom? I'd never cheat on Selena.
Don't act all innocent. You can't fool me.
Well, I can't stand being accused of something I didn't do. I don't know what got you like this, but I'm telling you that's not true. I'm your son. Why won't you believe me?
I have the facts, Tom. Stop making a fool out of yourself. First, I called your work to check if you really went on a business trip. Your boss told me that you don't have any business trips until next month. Though the part that you stayed behind at the office to catch up on work was apparently true. That's when Selena got attacked by your insane girlfriend.
Oh my God! You called my work! Why would you do that?
Your wife was in severe condition and you wouldn't pick up my calls. I just wanted to reach you. I didn't think you were actually lying about the trip. Now I know you're a huge liar.
But you have no proof that I went on a trip with a woman.
No, but the police are on that right now.
The police?
Yeah, of course the police are involved in this. Your wife was attacked. That's a crime. You seem to not have a clue about how insane that woman is, but the police have already confirmed that the attacker was the woman who you went on the trip with.
What?
The police should be at your doorstep anytime now.
Wait. So did Jenna really?
Is that the psycho's name then? I can't believe you. Not only did you cheat on your poor wife, you let her get hurt by the woman you cheated with. I just saw the messages she sent to Selena. Poor Selena, she was getting death threats, and that's why she wanted to talk to you.
What? Jenna threatened to kill Selena.
Yes. And you wouldn't even make time to listen to her. Instead, you went on the trip with your wife's attempted murderer.
I'm so sorry. I'll head to the hospital right now. I'll tell Selena everything. Which hospital is she staying at?
I'm not going to tell you. You don't deserve to know that information.
What? Why not?
Selena doesn't want to see you anymore. You'll just make her feel worse by showing up now. Even if you find out where it is, I won't let you come in to see her.
What are you saying, Mom? I'm her husband.
What are you saying, my stupid son? Don't you realize that she almost got killed because of you? I'm going to see Selena's parents to apologize for all of this. This will be the last thing I'll do as your mother. I'll no longer consider you to be my son.
I'm sorry, Mom. I really want to see Selena, so please tell me where the hospital.
I really feel bad for what I did. You should. I hope you continue to feel bad about it for the rest of your life. Goodbye.
How are you feeling, Selena? I'm really sorry for what happened. I never knew how insane that woman was. I'll never see another woman ever again for the rest of my life, I promise. So will you let me see you? Can you tell me where you are?
Oh, shut up, you piece of trash.
Selena! Wait! Is this really Selena? Or is this Mom again?
I want a divorce. I don't ever want to see you again. So please just stay away from me and leave me alone.
Calm down for a second. Do you realize what you're saying? Do you really want a divorce?
How can you say that after you cheated on me? Of course I want a divorce. I hope you've been making a lot of money doing all that extra work because I'll be coming for it in the divorce. That woman will probably get thrown in jail, but I'm going to sue her too. I don't want to see or hear from you ever again.
I shouldn't have slept with that woman. But please, don't say stuff like that. I still love you.
Whatever. I already talked to a lawyer, so you should be getting a call from her soon. Make sure to pick up your phone this time, or things will only get worse for you.
You talk to a lawyer. Are you really serious about the divorce?
Of course. Of course, I don't want anything to do with you anymore. Grateful I met your mom, but not you. I truly regret ever being with you. She called your work to let them know what happened as well, by the way.
I know. My boss called me to let me know. It would feel awkward to show up today, so I took the day off. I can't go back to work like this. Let me make it up to you and things will be back to how they were. Can we have our normal peaceful lives back, please?
You can wait for your crazy woman to get out of jail if you want somebody in your life again. Nothing to do with me. She sent me death threats and then knocked me unconscious. She'll definitely end up in jail.
I don't care about her anymore. It was a mistake. Please, forgive me. I'm really sorry.
Your words mean nothing to me anymore, you compulsive liar. Your mom said she doesn't want to see you anymore either. And I hope you get fired too. You're screwed.
I said I was sorry. You don't have to be so mean to me. We're still husband and a wife.
I thought we were until you cheated on me. And I almost got killed because of you. Nothing you do will ever be enough to make up for what you did to me. I don't want to ever see your face again.
Wait, Selena. Please, listen.
Not anymore. We're through.
Tom kept trying to ask for Selena's forgiveness until she blocked him. Now that he doesn't know where to find her or how to reach her, he has no way of asking for her forgiveness anymore. Jenna was sent to jail and Tom never went to visit her. Finn was not hesitant at all to cut ties with her own son since she was so ashamed by what he did. Now Tom has nobody he can go to and ask for help. Tom's name was included in the news about the incident and his company became worried that being associated with him would damage their reputation. So they talked him into quitting. He lost everything that was important to him just because he let his impulses win over, and now he has no way of getting them back. He could have prevented all of this from happening if he had just made time to listen to his wife when she needed him. But now it's too late. Selena recovered and left the hospital. She continues to keep in touch with Finn, even though they met each other through Tom. Neither of them want to see him ever again.
Jolie, I'm gonna be late today. I don't need dinner.
Oh, are you out drinking again?
Yeah. What?
Aren't you been drinking too much lately? You seem to have a hangover every day. You should let your body rest.
I don't really have a choice. I get requests from my minions to go out and eat like every day. They all love me too much.
But you always end up drinking too. Your medical checkup results weren't that great. You should really hold off on drinking for a while. And you're spending too much too. I understand you care about your subordinates, but you need to think about your budget too.
That's on you. You need to save up.
I already am. Julia's gonna need money when she gets into high school.
She goes to public school. Why would she need money?
For starters, her school has a uniform. We need to pay for her tutoring right now too.
She's already gotten in. What does she need tutoring for?
It's so she won't have trouble keeping up in her AP classes.
Maybe you should stop spending so much on her.
What are you saying? Money spent on Julia is not going to waste. It's for her future.
You saying money I spend is a waste?
I'm not saying it's a waste, it's just too much. It's not essential. That's true, but
How about you do something about your own spending before lashing out at me?
huh? I'm not wasting money.
You are. Using the furnace like crazy. The utility cost always goes through the roof in the winter. You realize that?
Wait. How is that a waste? And I can't even use the furnace?
Just put on a coat.
That's not enough. How am I gonna do chores in a freezing room?
People back in the day didn't have the comfort of heating. You need to be thankful for living in a house without a draft coming in. Just deal with it.
That's just outrageous. Julia needs to study every day too. What if she catches a cold?
Make Julia wear a coat too. That's enough to keep a cold away.
Are you serious?
Fine, let her use heating in her room. All else is prohibited.
Julia spends time in the living room too.
Then make her stay in her room. Why do you think a housewife is in any position to talk back to me? It's all on you.
David, what time are you coming home today?
I'm not telling you.
Huh? Why? I need to prepare dinner.
Because you're trying to fool me.
What? Fool you? About what?
You're using the furnace while I'm gone.
No, I'm not.
And?
I'm gonna get sick of this rate. Then I'll need to go to the hospital and pay for medicine. Isn't that more costly than heating?
That's why I'm telling you to put a coat on.
That's not realistic. Can't you think more rationally?
How about ski wear? That'll keep you warm. And it's easy to move in.
Will you stop? There's no way I'm doing that. Julia and I are only using the bare minimum. You need to let it go.
I already permitted Julia's room.
That's not enough. We can't eat dinner in the freezing room. Don't put Julia through this.
Why don't you eat in Julia's room?
You use the furnace all you want after coming home. And the cost is still less than your drinking.
I work, period. A housewife is in no position to live in extravagance. I'm gonna start using surveillance cameras.
What?
I'll monitor you to make sure you aren't using the furnace. That'll shut you up.
Where's that money gonna come from? Why don't you just let me use the furnace instead?
You're just being mean. Shut up. This is decided. I'll take away more privileges if you try to delude me again. Get down on your knees if you want to use the furnace so much. Apologize for complaining about my drinking.
What is that gonna do?
Make me feel better. You're the one that tried to force me into saving money. If you don't want Julia to get caught up in this, you need to settle. Julia, your mother's not answering my calls? Is she with you? What are you doing?
Did you just get home, Dad?
Were you drinking again? This is part of my job. Anyways, that's not important now. The lights are all out. Where are you guys? You're not home?
Mom got carried to the hospital.
What? Where's the hospital?
I'm not telling you. You're not welcome. Jackass.
Julia, how dare you call your father a jackass? I don't remember raising you like that.
Shut up. Jackass. It's your fault Mom collapsed.
Huh? Why me? She needs to keep track of her own health.
Mom's been ill for several days now. She even had a fever.
And why is that my fault?
Who's the jackass that prohibited her from using the furnace? That's what made her sick. We had to call an ambulance.
Why did she not do anything? She's not a baby.
What? You serious? The heck is wrong with you? The heck is wrong with you? Making her live in a freezing house, of course she's gonna get sick.
I told her to use the furnace in your room. So it's not on me.
What kind of reasoning is that? Mom was worried about giving me the cold. That's why she stayed in the living room. It's all your fault.
If I had known she was sick.
Don't try to make excuses now. You'll even installed cameras. What's wrong with you?
It was to teach her a lesson for talking back to me. I gave her the chance to apologize. But she didn't.
I heard about what happened and there's no doubt you're to blame. Making a save up while you're out drinking every night. That's why she collapsed. I despise you.
All right, I'll apologize to her. So where's the hospital? Must be the city hospital, right?
I told you not to come. Mom doesn't want you to come either. She doesn't want to see her face or hear your voice.
I'm only worried about her. Give me a break.
Your condescending attitude is not gonna make things any better. Even if Mom lets you off the hook, I never will forgive you. You're despicable. I never want to live with you again.
That's a whole lot of trash talk. I told you not to talk to your father like that. If that's how you're gonna be, fine. I'm not letting you in the house until I get an apology. Hey, Jolie. When are you coming home? The house is messy. And the laundry's piling up.
Take care of it yourself.
What? Don't expect me to get all soft on you just because you're sick. Get your butt back home if you're feeling better. You're not in the hospital anymore, right?
I will never return to that house. So take care of yourself.
What are you saying? Where are you gonna live?
I'm already with my parents. Julia and I will live here from now on.
You better be kidding. I never agreed to living separately. You trying to weasel out of doing chores? I'll divorce you. Is that what you want?
Yes. Let's divorce.
Oh, what? You want a divorce?
I'm tired of dealing with you. Julia is okay with it too.
How are you gonna pay for your living? You were just saying Julia will need money for high school. You two can't live on your own.
I'll have to depend on my parents for a while. But I'll stop working, so shouldn't be a problem.
Don't be ridiculous. Julia needs a father.
She doesn't need a father like you. You splurge like it's nothing with your measly earnings and don't even let us use the furnace. And Julia's high school is closer from my parents' house. I don't see any reason not to divorce.
How's a housewife like you gonna find a decent job? You're gonna come crying to me in no time.
You have nothing to worry about. My father's friend owns a company and he is looking for an accountant. He offered me the job. I used to work in accounting, so.
That's ages ago.
Yes, that was before Julia was born. But I've been helping out occasionally since then. You knew that, right? They already know I can do the job.
They're just feeling sorry for you.
They wouldn't hire me if I wasn't useful.
I won't allow it. Just come home, now. I'll let you use the furnace all you want.
Wait too late for that. I don't care about you anymore. You think that'll lure me to you? Is the furnace the only thing you have to offer? We have a furnace over here too.
How am I gonna live?
I don't care. Do what you need to do.
I took care of you all these years. You can't just divorce me.
You were the one that was wanting to divorce just a while ago? Isn't this what you wanted? Or were you just threatening me?
I wouldn't call it that. I didn't think you'd want to divorce me. After all these years of taking care of you. How could you bite the hand that feeds you?
That mindset is exactly why I want to divorce you. You've only caused me trouble anyways. With your frequent drinking, we barely had enough to live. I had to work to pay for Julia's field trip. You never listened. I've had enough with you.
The furnace was just payback for your complaining. I wasn't being serious.
You say that after installing a camera to monitor me? Nothing's gonna change my mind now. Take responsibility for your own words.
All right. Jolie, I am sorry. You can use the furnace and I won't go drinking anymore. There, happy now?
No.
I apologized. What's not enough?
I can't stand that attitude. I don't want to be with you anymore, okay? An apology is not going to make me forgive you. Same with Julia. We're better off without you.
You'll be a lot more stable living with me.
HM. Living without heating in sub-zero temperatures. Not my idea of a stable life.
I told you can use the damn furnace.
Is that really all you have to say? I endured for so many years. And I've reached my limit, so it's over. I will divorce you no matter what.
Jolie, I really am sorry. Please come home. This house doesn't clean itself and the laundry is piling up.
Then hire a maid. That's what you essentially need.
We were a family for over 10 years. You have no feelings left at all?
You've swept it all away. And don't call us a family. Julia and I don't see you as part of our family. Get it through your thick skull that we're better off without you, okay?
After that, I divorced my husband and my daughter, and I are living happily with my parents. My ex must have been so shocked that he stopped going out for drinks and head straight home after work. Things would not have gotten this bad if he had stopped drinking a long time ago. Just goes to show how much he underestimated us. I just hope he continues to pay child support and not disappoint his daughter more than he already has. Julia has started going to high school, and I have started my new job. Having already known them from before, my new workplace is suiting me very well. I will work hard to keep my daughter cheery. I will live in gratitude for a new life filled with more laughter than before.
Hey Matilda, your friend is Selena, right?
Yes, I am friends with Selena. Why do you ask?
Selena is the regional manager at the company where I work. I thought you might know her since you work there too.
Oh, really? That's fortunate then. It's always nice to have a friend in a higher position.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I want you to talk to Selena and persuade her to promote me to the assistant manager position at the company. I believe having you vouch for me will make a difference.
Brian, I appreciate your confidence in me, but I can't do that. I don't think you're ready for a promotion to assistant manager. There are others who are more qualified and have put in the necessary work.
How dare you say that? You're supposed to support me and help me advance in my career. All you do is hold me back and bother me.
Brian, I want what's best for you, but I also believe in being honest. I don't think you currently possess the skills and experience required for that position. It wouldn't be fair to others who have worked hard to earn it.
You're just jealous and trying to sabotage my progress. You're supposed to be on my side.
Brian, this has nothing to do with jealousy. I care about your success, but I believe in merit and fairness. I won't compromise my integrity by recommending someone who isn't qualified.
Well, if you won't support me, then I'll find another way to get ahead. You'll regret holding me back.
Brian, it's not about holding you back. It's about ensuring that promotions are based on merit and qualifications. I want you to succeed, but it has to be done the right way.
You stop talking nonsense. Stop talking about this. Do you have money?
No. Do you think this house has money for you to use? Huh, so now you're asking me for money? You've got some nerve, Brian. You're just as useless as I am, huh? Spending all day wasting the money you have.
Don't you dare talk to me like that, Matilda. I work hard for that money, and I deserve to spend it however I want.
Work hard? All I see is you gambling it away and drowning yourself in alcohol. I'm trying to manage our expenses and provide for our family, but you keep wasting it all.
Oh, spare me your lectures, Matilda. You're always complaining, but what do you contribute? Just lounging around the house all day, doing nothing.
Excuse me? I take care of the household and our children. I make sure they have what they need for school and their future. It's clear you have no regard for anyone but yourself.
Don't act like you're some saint, Matilda. You're just as guilty as I am for our financial troubles.
I've tried my best, Brian, while you continue to squander our money. I won't enable your destructive habits anymore. The money we have left needs to be used responsibly, not for your reckless behavior.
Fine, do whatever you want. Just know that your precious kids won't have everything they need because of your stubbornness.
Don't you dare blame me for your shortcomings, Brian. I'll make sure our children have a bright future, with or without your support.
We'll see about that, Matilda. Just remember, your actions have consequences.
I'm not afraid of your empty threats, Brian. I'll do what's best for our family, even if it means standing up to you.
You stop singing all day long. I've been working all day because of this house. You keep complaining about things. Have you tried to see yourself as the parasite in my life?
How dare you insult me like that? All I do isn't our family? Or do you think I depend on you so you have the right to insult me? Brian, I understand that you're frustrated, but you're not seeing the bigger picture. It's not about me wanting to sabotage anything or not helping. It's about integrity and fairness.
Integrity and fairness? Are you stupid? What good are they if they don't help me? If you simply told Selena that I'm your husband and I want a promotion, she would surely help. But why do you keep refusing the obvious? Are you trying to ruin our family?
Brian, it's not as simple as you make it sound. Just because I tell Selena we're married doesn't mean she'll automatically promote you. It's not fair to others who have worked hard and deserve the promotion based on their qualifications.
So, you're saying I'm not qualified? You think I'm incapable? How dare you, Matilda? I work hard, and if you helped me, I could make more money to support our family.
Brian, it's not about capability. It's about your habits. Even if you had more money, you would still gamble and drink it away. I don't see the effort from you to change, so how can I help?
You think I'm incapable of change? You're just being ignorant. All you do is criticize and destroy everything for the family.
Brian, it's not about destroying anything. I want what's best for our family, but I won't compromise my values or risk others' opportunities for a promotion that you may not be ready for.
You don't understand anything. You're foolish to think that you're helping by not doing anything. You only know how to ruin everything for everyone.
I can't believe you're making excuses again. During our wedding ceremony, you promised that when we had children, you would come home and help with the housework. But where are you when I need your support?
I'm busy with work too, you know. You should understand that and know what needs to be done. I can't be expected to do everything.
Understand? You want me to understand? I understand that you come home and bury yourself in your phone, playing games or scrolling through social media, while I'm left to handle all the household chores and take care of our children. It's not fair.
I work hard too, Matilda. I'm stressed out, and when I come home, I need some time to relax. You should be more understanding.
More understanding? How much more understanding can I be? I work hard all day, and then I come home to more work. And what about your promise to help? It's like you conveniently forgot all about it.
Look, I'm sorry if I haven't been as helpful as I should be. But you can't expect me to do everything exactly as you want it. We both have responsibilities, and it's about finding a balance.
Balance? What balance? It feels like I'm shouldering all the responsibilities while you do whatever you please. I'm tired, Brian. I'm tired of waiting for you to step up and fulfill your promises.
Maybe you should take a look at yourself too, Matilda. It's not just about me. We both have our shortcomings, and instead of blaming me all the time, maybe you should examine yourself.
I can't believe you're turning this around on me. I've been doing my best, juggling work and taking care of our family. But it seems like you don't even care. I'm tired of waiting for you to change.
Fine, if that's how you feel. Maybe I should take a closer look at myself, and you can do the same. We need to find a way to communicate better and support each other.
This morning I just received a message from Selena informing that Brian did not come to work this week, late in the afternoon. When people asked him, he bossily replied that he knew Selena so he liked it. I was surprised and angry that he dared to do so. I immediately texted him to question him for his lack of responsibility to myself and the company. Brian, where are you right now? Why aren't you at work?
I'm at a cafe nearby. I took a day off because I needed a break.
Is it true that you only take one day off, not every morning in the morning?
What is this? Did Selena tell you? Is she weird?
A break? We have bills to pay and responsibilities to fulfill. How can you just take a day off without discussing it with me?
I've been feeling stressed out and overwhelmed lately. I thought a day off would help me recharge and come back stronger.
Whereas you always come home late, so why?
Oh, you're talking about that? I never claimed I'd be home earlier. I just said I attempted to be home earlier. Don't give me that nonsense.
You haven't even been home one time and you're talking back to me? Don't be so arrogant around me.
Why are you being so impolite? How much alcohol have you consumed? I'm simply fatigued from a hard week of work.
I'm just having a little something to take the edge off. Why are you whining since you haven't changed anything since we discussed last week?
I only wanted you to come home more frequently, but nothing has changed. It's not my fault that I need a break. Just get off my case.
You haven't been around since I gave birth. You're constantly out drinking. Don't you care about your children? Don't you want to be a part of their lives?
I mean, they're constantly making problems getting home, and having to cope with a wailing child all night seems like a nightmare to me. Don't say that. I realize you have a job to keep up, but never say that about our children.
I don't care if you're drunk. Don't irritate me with that type of language. Is that intended to intimidate me? I'm not sure who you think you are, but you're the one profiting from my money, and you've drank much too much.
I don't have time dealing with this issue right here. Instead, I'll call you tomorrow.
You haven't even been home once, and you're talking back to me? Don't be so arrogant around me. Why are you being so impolite? How much alcohol have you consumed? I'm simply fatigued from a hard week of work. I merely wished you to come home every so often, but nothing has occurred.
It isn't my mistake.
I gave birth to your children, and you're constantly out drinking, as if you don't give a damn about them.
I mean, they're constantly making problems going home, and having to deal with a wailing child all night seems like a nightmare to me, don't you think? I realize you have a job to perform, but don't say such about our children.
I don't care if you're drunk. Don't irritate me with that type of language. Is that intended to intimidate me?
I'm not sure who you believe you are, but you're the one that benefits from my money.
What? You really have drunk too much. I'm not going to deal with this right now. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Don't bother waiting. I'll just tell you how I feel right now. You're the selfish one around here, and I'm tired of it.
You simply do chores and look after the kids. I'm the one who has to do the hard work, but all you do is boss me about. That's not what I'm trying to accomplish. It's always what you're trying to do. Don't you realize that who do you suppose pays the bills around here?
Well, I appreciate that you are looking after us by working hard at your job, but you were the one who advised me I should resign. I merely intended to take maternity leave and then return to work when it was finished.
I wanted you home since you're the lady of the house and working makes no sense.
It'd be humiliating, and you've never been a particularly good worker, so there's no way you can do both. Just let me do my part while you do yours. I don't want to hear any more back and forth about this. Are you usually like this when you go out drinking for work? This isn't for work, so don't try to be so snappy it's obnoxious.
I was correct. Finally, you won't be hearing about this again, so I'd best not mention it. I have no intention of changing what I've been doing. I recognize that now. I'm delighted we finally to an agreement on why you're phoning me. I'm out drinking again, so please leave me alone.
If you see me calling, please pick up. And what's with your tone? Are you still drunk? What's the deal with this attitude? I thought you'd figured it out by now, yet you call again.
I need to remind you of my position and who you are right now.
I don't think someone who doesn't care for their children has the right to say don't mess with me. You believe this is a joke. You're the parasite in our relationship, enough back and forth. Just take care of the house and the kids. Already parasite, are you referring to your wife?
I am all you do is take from me, and you're never appreciative for what I do, so if that's what you truly believe, you should be cancelled.
Are you suggesting that we get a divorce, Brian?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. I'm tired of this, Matilda. I compare you to other wives who show care and consideration for their husbands, who don't constantly call and bother them.
If you want a divorce, then let's go ahead and work with a lawyer to start the proceedings. I've had enough of putting up with you, Brian.
I'm feeling frustrated too, Matilda. It seems like we've both had to endure too much in this relationship.
Fine. If that's what you really want, then let's not waste any more time. We'll settle this legally.
I never thought it would come to this, but it seems like we've reached a breaking point. We can't continue living like this.
It's unfortunate that it has come to this, Brian. I never expected our marriage to end this way.
Neither did I, Matilda. It's clear that we have both grown apart and have different expectations from each other.
We should have addressed these issues earlier, instead of letting them build up to this point. But now, it seems like divorce is the only way forward.
I agree. It's time for both of us to seek our own happiness and find a path that leads to a better future.
A month later, the court decided to grant us a divorce because of the difference in thinking. The two children were allowed to follow me away from their abusive and alcoholic father. Selena texted me to comfort me and give me unexpected news.
Hey Matilda, how have you been? How's your health and the kids?
Hi, Selena! We're doing well, thank you. The kids are growing up so fast, and we're adjusting to our new life.
That's great to hear. I've been meaning to talk to you about something concerning Brian. I found out that he was actually fired from the company.
Fired? What happened to Brian?
Well, after the divorce, things took a turn for the worse. Brian started taking frequent breaks from work to gamble and drink. His behavior began affecting his performance, and it became a significant issue at the company.
Oh, I had no idea it had gotten that bad. I always hoped he would change for the better.
Unfortunately, it seems like things escalated. Last month, there was a general meeting, and Brian's recent conduct, including his comments from March, led to a decision to terminate his employment. The Human Resources Director had to intervene.
It's disheartening to hear. I suppose it's a lesson for Brian to realize the consequences of his actions and to mature earlier.
Absolutely, sometimes life gives us these lessons, and it's important to learn from them. In a way, you're fortunate to have separated from someone who had such detrimental behavior.
It's true. As difficult as it was, I now realize it was the right decision. I hope Brian finds a way to turn his life around and grow from this experience.
We can only hope for the best for him. In the meantime, focus on your own well-being and the happiness of your children. You deserve it, Matilda.
Thank you, Selena. Your support means a lot to me. Selena, you mentioned that you had something to tell me. What is it?
Well, there's an internship opportunity at my company, and I thought you might be interested. Would you like to join?
I'm not sure if I'm capable of taking on an internship. Do you think I would be a good fit?
I know your abilities, Matilda, and that's precisely why I want to offer you this opportunity. I believe it could be a great chance for you to further develop yourself.
You really think so? It's been a while since I've worked in a professional setting, but I do miss that sense of growth and accomplishment.
Absolutely. I've seen your potential, and I know you can handle it. Plus, it's a chance to expand your skills and gain new experiences. Don't doubt yourself, Matilda.
You're right, Selena. I shouldn't underestimate my capabilities. I trust your judgment, and I appreciate you thinking of me. I'm ready to embrace this opportunity and see where it takes me.
That's the spirit, Matilda. I'm thrilled that you're on board. I'll provide you with all the necessary information, and I'll be here to support you every step of the way.
Thank you so much, Selena. Your belief in me means a lot, and I'm grateful for this chance to grow both personally and professionally.
You deserve it, Matilda. I'm excited to see how you flourish in this internship. Let's make the most of this opportunity together.
After 2 years of working at Selena Company, I worked hard to be able to step up to the position of manager that Brian dreamed of with his own strength. After all, I and my daughter was better thanks to Selena's help, was able to change her life after 2 years. And Brian was always trying to annoy us, but I had a new happiness that wasn't Brian.
Hey! Ali! Have you not transferred your monthly payment to me yet? If you don't transfer it to me soon, there's gonna be problems.
I'm sorry, Bella. I'm not feeling very well today. I wasn't able to go to the bank. Don't worry, I'll make sure I transfer it to you tomorrow.
I don't want to hear any excuses. You promised you'd pay me the same time every month, didn't you? You said you'd pay me, that's why I let you move out and live on your own, and in return I take care of your father's house and your little brother. You remember our agreement, right?
Of course, I remember. And I remember how you took in my father and helped looked after me and my little brother. And after my father died, you let me move out and agree to keep looking after my little brother, as well as my father's house for me. Tom and I are both very grateful for you.
Well, as long as you understand. The only thing you're good at is making money. So make sure you're never late with your payment, ever again. I don't care if you're feeling bad, next time crawl to the bank if you have to.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So, I think this month you're gonna have to pay me an extra $1,000.
Huh? An extra $1,000?
That's what you get for making me wait an extra day. There's some new clothes that Fiona wants, and there's a new bag that I want.
But if I pay you an extra $1,000, my rent is...
What's this? Do you have a problem with my request? Are you gonna defy me and not pay it? Do you want something to happen to little Tom?
I'm sorry. I'll pay it. I'll pay you. So, please, don't do anything to Tom.
You and your brother both. You're not very good at understanding circumstances, are you? You've got no parents, so without me, who's gonna look after you and your brother? To tell you the truth, the day your father died, so did my obligation to look after you too. But because I'm such a nice person, I let you stay in a house. You need to start showing your appreciation and pay me back for everything I've done for you.
Yes. I understand and thank you for everything you do.
What a poor excuse for children you two are. My little Fiona is such a good little girl compared to you and your brother. She just got accepted to that elite private school. The one with a combined junior high in high school. It doesn't surprise me. Really. She's my daughter, after all. She's nothing like whatever you two were spawned from.
Wait, hold on a second. That elite private school you're talking about. It's also known to be extremely expensive. How are you going to pay the tuition? It's junior high and high school combined. That means she'll be going for 6 years. 1 year's tuition alone is extremely high.
I found a bank book in Tom's room. When I looked at it, there was a huge amount of money in the account. A child doesn't need that much money. I'm paying for Fiona's tuition with that money.
Hold on. That's the bank book for the bank account my dad made for Tom. That's the college fund my dad set up for him. You can't use that. It's Tom's tuition when he's old enough. And don't go rummaging around Tom's room. He's only 11 years old.
Who do you think you're talking to? I can go anywhere I want in my house anytime I want. On top of that, anything in my house is mine. You have no right to complain about it.
I can't believe this. If you're gonna use Tom's college fund on Fiona, Tom's education is.
Let's face it. I really don't think that boy would be going to college anyway. If you've got a problem with it, you'd better start making more money than you are right now. If your job isn't paying enough, then get another job at night, or start working the streets at night. Do you want me to introduce you to someone in the escort business? I know someone who specializes in that type of work. I can get you in. It might be a little rough sometimes, but it can make you lots of money.
No, thanks. I'll get you the money for Fiona's tuition somehow. Just put Tom's money back in his account.
Fine, either way, just remember, if you're late on even one payment, I'm gonna use the money from Tom's savings account. You better work hard to get enough money for Fiona's private school tuition.
Okay.
For now, make sure you pay me that extra $1,000 for being late with a regular payment. And you're going to be paying for Fiona's textbooks and her uniforms, too. Got it?
I understand. I'll make the transfers. Goodbye.
Hey, Allie. The house is completely empty. Did you have something to do with this? And there was some strange notice posted on the door. What are you up to?
Welcome back, Bella. I heard you and Fiona went on a little vacation. Is that right? You were gone for about a week, right? I heard you took Fiona to Disneyland. It sounds like fun.
I'm not talking about that now. Tell me about the house. The paper on the door said the house was sold. What's going on here? And what did you do with all our things? Do you have any idea what I'm going to do to you too?
Shut up. Do you have any idea who you're talking to?
What did you say to me? How dare you talk to your parents like that?
Just shut up and I'll tell you what's going on. As for the house, you don't live there anymore. Because I sold it.
You sold it? You sold it without my permission? How could you even think of doing that without my permission?
I don't need your permission for anything. My dad left that house to me in his will.
Ha! He left it to you?
The only thing Dad left to you was his savings. I got that house in his inheritance. And I was the one paying the property tax on it. So, if I want to sell it or tear it down, it's entirely my decision. Unlike you, I'm very kind. So, I took the liberty of finding a place for you that has monthly rent and no contracts needed. I had all your things shipped over to your new place. I paid the first month of your rent. After that, you can pay yourself or find your own place to stay.
I can't believe you did such a stupid thing. We've lived here for so many years. I was married to her father. I have a right to live here.
It doesn't matter how many years you lived there, or who you were married to years ago. That house was left to me. I don't know how you could have forgotten that. Dad didn't mention anything about you living in the house and his will. And you never officially adopted us when he died. So, what I'm saying is, when I turned 18, that house became mine. I let you continue living there out of the kindness of my heart. Or, more like, you took Tom as a hostage and took over the house. You basically took it over, didn't you?
How dare you say whatever you want to me? Who do you think has been looking after your little brother this whole time? You ungrateful little.
You think you were looking after Tom for me? Don't you mean you were using Tom? Tom told me everything. He said you were using him as your own personal slave. You made him do all the laundry, the cleaning, and the cooking. He said if he ever didn't do something you told him to do, you'd hit him.
You have to discipline a child if they don't listen. And he's not my son, so if he wanted to live with us, he had to pull his own weight. If I didn't make him do all those chores, it wouldn't be fair to Fiona.
He's still in junior high school, and you made him work day and night. And on top of that, you stole his inheritance and used it all for yourself, didn't you? You said if I paid for Fiona's private school, you wouldn't touch Tom's money? But you used it so you could buy expensive things and have fun going out at night. And you told Tom because there was no college fund for him, he'd have to get a job out of high school. That's the only reason you stayed with us, to take all of our dad's inheritance for yourself, wasn't it?
Shut up. Shut up. I married a divorced man who had 2 kids. You should be thankful that anyone did. So, it's only natural that I'd use you both as much as I could. Tom's not that bright. He doesn't need a college fund because he's not going to college anyway. Using any money on his education would be a total waste. Him getting a job as early as possible will be the best thing for him.
That's not your decision to make. Tom is going to live with me now. He's going to finish high school and then he's going to college. I used the time you were on vacation and finalized everything that needed to be done. I've even put all the money back in Tom's college fund.
You've put the money back in his savings? How slash? That must mean.
That's right. When I was getting all our stuff packed up to move, I sold all those designer shoes and bags you had. I couldn't believe how many you had. That's probably what you spent his college fund on, wasn't it?
How dare you? You went too far. I'll never forgive you for this. I'm gonna make you pay. I'm heading over to your place right now. Don't even think of trying to run away. I know where you live and I know where you work. You better get ready.
You better get ready. She says. You're not too smart, are you? Do you remember what happened 4 years ago?
What are you talking about?
That one time I was day late with my payment to you, and you charged me an additional $1,000? At that time, I'd already moved away and changed jobs. It was because I was busy doing all that I forgot about the transfer. I was scared you might figure out what I was up to. I thought if you came looking for me then, you might have realized I wasn't at the address you thought I was at. And that I wasn't working for the company you thought I was working at either. But I've made sure everything is hidden well now and will stay secret. You'll never find out where we are. So don't ask me for another cent ever again.
This can't be.
Oh, I'm telling you, it was tough. Trying to secretly find a buyer for the house, getting Tom's in my life all sorted out, and making sure it stays hidden from you. It took me 4 years to do it all. I feel bad that I had to leave Tom alone with you for that long. It must have been really hard on him. But now neither of us have to worry about you ever again. Now you and Fiona don't have a house to live in, and I don't have to pay you a dime ever again. If you two live in poverty for the rest of your lives, that's fine with me.
Wait, Ali. Hold on. I'm sorry. I had no idea you resented me so much. If you forgive me, I'll do anything. I was wrong. Your mother was wrong. I'm sorry. Please. Think about your little sister for a moment. Please, just reconsider.
My mother? My little sister? Who are you talking about? Both of my parents are up in heaven now. And I've never had a little sister. I think it'd be strange for someone not to resent someone who used them only for money. Or used them as their own personal slave. Now that you aren't holding a small boy hostage, you're just an unemployed, heartless old hag. Feel free to drop dead.
How could you?
Oh, before I go, I've got something nice to tell you. Do you know about Fiona's second SNS account? Guess what kind of picture she's posting of herself on there?
Huh?
She has lots of pictures of herself at college frat parties. She looks drunk out of her mind hanging off all those college guys. Too bad Fiona's still in high school. Oh, and I might have anonymously sent the pictures to everyone at her high school.
What?
She's at that elite private school, right? The one with a high reputation and is really strict on policies? She obviously can't be that ashamed of what she did. She posted all those pics herself. I wonder if she'll get kicked out of the school for doing this. You know, the school you had no money for, yet you were sending her to anyway. I guess we'll wait and see. She was so close to graduation, too. Even if this conduct doesn't get her kicked out, once tuition payments stop, I'm sure she won't be there much longer anyway. Oh, I feel so sorry for her.
Why would you do such a thing? Are you happy now? Taking your anger out on Fiona? You definitely went way too far. Please. I'm begging you. Just stop.
I shouldn't have to say this, but I don't want anything to do with you two ever again. I'm blocking your number. This is the last time I'll ever contact you. Make sure it's the last time you ever contact me. Goodbye. Bella headed to the makeshift location I had prepared for her. During her time there, I heard she began searching for an alternative residence. Due to her lack of employment, she couldn't secure a contract with any other place. Following the initial month at the location I arranged for her, Bella failed to make any further rent payments. Consequently, she was evicted from her temporary accommodation too. She resorted to living in her car and selling her belongings to cover expenses for food and basic needs. Right before that, Fiona was expelled from her exclusive private school. I'm uncertain whether it was due to her behavior or her failure to pay tuition fees. In any case, Fiona and Gabrielle had a major argument regarding their school expulsion. As a result, Fiona ended up fleeing from home due to the situation. There's a circulating rumor that Fiona approached one of Bella's acquaintances about potentially working as an escort. Regarding Bella, I was informed by one of my former classmates that she never managed to secure employment. Eventually, she exhausted her resources to sell, and there have been reports of her being homeless, found sleeping in parks.
I have to tell you, darling, that this new perspective I'm experimenting with is truly life-changing. To be successful in business, you must be willing to advocate for yourself. Consider today. I was the only one who got home on time. I'm not doing overtime.
Have all of your coworkers stayed late to work overtime?
Yes. Unfortunately for them, they will never be successful business leaders like me.
But don't you get a raise if you work extra hours? You could make more money if you worked overtime like the others. That's great, isn't it?
Are you remembering the TV show we watched the other day? That story about the trading company employee who worked his way to the top. He even stated that working overtime is not a good strategy to advance in the firm.
When you think about it, working endless hours for a small sum of money is absurd.
It's not a good use of your time or energy. That documentary really motivated me. After hearing about that guy's accomplishment, I felt compelled to distinguish myself by refusing to work overtime.
Is this truly groundbreaking? You never worked overtime before this change of heart, did you?
Basically, my feelings have shifted from previously. I guess before I didn't give it much thought and just went about my business, obeying every instruction that my boss gave me. But now I see that overtime is unnecessary for a winner, a high performance, and a great company leader like myself. Vivian, what are your thoughts? Isn't it amazing?
Well, anything.
You ought to be overjoyed. To think you could marry a successful businessman like me. Isn't city life great?
You're also acting as though you're not from a little town. Your town is even smaller than mine.
I wish you would refrain from mentioning my hometown. I've advanced. That dull town is nothing more to me than a stepping stone to where I am now. The city is full of opportunities. Don't you understand?
How can you speak so negatively about your hometown? Remember, it's where your parents reared you.
Shut up! You're going to get me worked up all over again. I was born in a dung heap, but I was reborn in the city.
Your origins and background shape who you are now. Are you not aware of it? You can't just dismiss your hometown as unimportant. What would your parents think if they found out you were dumping on their town in that manner?
Oh my, you've done it again. I'm off on another of your standing up for the countryside rants. You should get to know the city a little better. We'll be here for quite some time.
I don't mind living here. You're completely missing the idea.
Remember that first time we met in that bar? Despite being raised in such a small area, I was taken by how attractive you were. Then, as soon as we married, you reverted to your country girl self. Putting your feet up on the couch and always dressing in not-so-cute clothes. To be honest, I was astounded.
After we were married, I left my work. It's only normal for someone to unwind when they've finished working. After all, you're the one who suggested I quit my job to take care of the house.
Yes, the primary responsibility of any decent lady in the city is to care for the home. Our house would be in shambles if you didn't stay at home.
Are you serious now?
People who do that are all struggling to make ends meet. If they could have their way, I'm sure they'd want the male to be the primary breadwinner. That's why we created it. I've got you covered, baby.
What? That is something I'm not sure about. I believe that the majority of women enjoy working and pursuing a career. Kiva, for example. She's doing quite well.
Kiva? Isn't she a schoolteacher? Not really a top earner in my opinion.
She is really fond of children. Besides, it's a steady employment with possibilities for advancement.
Yes, well, I'm not going to stay late at work anymore. My boss will then notice my bravery and have no choice but to elevate me.
All right. You can do whatever you want.
How are things going, Vivian? I hope my brother isn't causing too much problems for you.
Hello, Sophie. He's a touch delusional, but what else is new?
What is he on about now?
He has stated that he does not wish to work overtime any longer. Is it something to do with his desire to be his own boss? Or something along those lines?
Sounds like something he'd say. Oh, and thanks so much for assisting me in finding a new apartment last week. I'm very pleased with the choice we made. It's not only convenient to my new office, but the neighborhood appears to be very safe. Not to mention that the rent is really inexpensive for the region.
I'm so thrilled you found a nice spot. Life in the city may require some adjustment, but I believe you will be all right. Just don't stay out too late every weekend.
I won't. Perhaps a little at first. But honestly, Vivian, I'm glad for your assistance in locating this location in the city. I stayed with my parents in Fairview while finishing off college. They were truly opposed to my study of law.
That is odd. What was their objection?
They advised me to simply wait and marry into a wealthy family. They always said there were plenty of good males nearby. It was truly infuriating. Why would I want to marry an old, wealthy man? It's far more thrilling for me to pursue my own job and make my own money. So, finally being in the city feels fantastic.
I'm delighted you were finally able to make it. You're going to do fantastically well.
I'd also like to thank you for advising me on what to say to persuade them to let me go. They expected me to stay for a month or two, run out of money, and then return to Fairview. But, with your assistance, I refused to take no for an answer, and they reluctantly let me go.
I'm delighted I could assist, but it was your persuasion that caused them to agree. Felix wasn't thrilled that I got involved in your guys' family affairs, but whatever.
I'm very sorry, but it was all worth it. I'm here now, owing to you in large part. My parents may believe I'll be broke in a month, but I'm not going to let that happen. I'm staying in the city, and I'm not going back to that small town.
Congratulations, Sophie.
How is Felix doing? You mentioned that he's a little deluded, but not too terrible, right?
Talking to him can be difficult at times. He has really melancholy ways. You are most likely aware of this.
Yes, he has a reputation for being obstinate. I deeply regret this. Do you want me to make an attempt to talk to him?
Don't be alarmed. I wed him. I know what I agreed to. I'm hoping he'll change his mind.
Could I ask you a private question?
Sure, go ahead.
Why did you get married to him?
That's an excellent question. I guess I did believe it was fate. I believe we met at the right time. However, I believe I've always wished to assist him. He looked to have so much potential, you know? But now I'm not so sure.
Please let me know if he says anything out of the ordinary. You have helped me so much that the least I can do is try to aid my own brother.
Thank you so much, Sophie. That means a lot to me. I suppose I simply wish he was more self-aware. I'm still hopeful.
Our family had a total of 6 children. Felix was the 5th kid in our family, and I was the youngest. Our 4 oldest brothers are still farming in Fairview. Our parents assumed Felix would work in agriculture as well, with me marrying one of the area's affluent landowners.
I believe he told me that once.
He always wanted to live in the city, and even when he worked in agriculture, he was always looking for a means to move out of our small village. That when he was 32, he finally obtained a low-paying city office job and used it to get away.
That's probably why he has no idea how things work here. He was always seeking for an easy way out of town. If only he'd accepted your advice and built a solid foundation before moving.
He's always had one thing on his mind. So, if he begins to act strangely, you notify me, okay?
What exactly do you mean by unusual?
I recently overheard him conversing on the phone with our other brother. I overheard him mention something about how well he was doing that the ladies couldn't get their hands off of him. Or something like that.
What a ridiculous thing to say. I'm sure a slew of ladies are eager to date a lazy like him.
Vivian, I'm not sure how much of it is genuine, but he appears to be seeing a woman at work. During their lunch breaks, they spend a lot of time together.
Are you certain?
Yes. That's what I overheard. I sincerely apologize. That's why I phoned. I couldn't seem to get the words out.
Really?
I haven't seen anything personally, so I can't be certain if it's true. Besides, he always says things like that to make himself seem important. Who knows, it could all be a hoax.
In any case, thank you for informing me. That reminds me of something. Felix just finished watching a documentary on a successful company employee. It drew his attention. Cheating, according to the guy in the movie, is a method to demonstrate status in the business. His face was blurred in the documentary, so I suppose he thought he could speak freely about such matters.
Felix may do so if he discovers someone idolized in this manner.
Make an attempt to be him. Take on his persona, for example?
Exactly.
So, whether it's real or not, I need to act.
So do I. Whatever you require, I am here to help.
Thanks.
Recently, I've been thinking. I don't think you're thankful enough. People who are unappreciative, in my opinion, never advance in life. You should keep that in mind.
What?
At my workplace, there's this chick. She always appreciates me when I assist her.
What does that have to do with anything?
Every day, I do so much for you, but I never hear you thank me. Isn't that strange? How come you're so oblivious to how this relationship works? I make enough money to support both of us, and as a result, you can live this carefree life. You must begin to express your gratitude in words. I'm going to keep track of how many times you thank me for all I've done every day. That'll help you recall.
That's a lot of words for someone who makes less than $2,000 a month.
What do you mean? $2,000 is a large sum. Who was that person in the documentary? He received the same pay.
Are they the same? He was earning $2,000 each day, not monthly.
$2,000 per day?
I know you're not from the city, but I had no idea you were that dumb. Sophie, your sister, understands how things work in the real world better than you do. I believe she has a far greater chance than you.
Sophie? What is your significance? This is about you failing to recognize my efforts.
You are aware that she relocated here, correct?
She did, but I'm sure she'll be crawling back to where she started in a week.
Do you know how much her starting salary is at her new job? It's nearly twice as much as yours.
You're deceiving me.
You remember how she worked so hard at university all those years? She did really pass the bar test. Now that she has a foot in the door at a law firm, who knows how far she will go?
Do you mean she's a lawyer?
She despised the inequality she encountered as a child in that little community and pledged as a lawyer to protect women from violence and harassment. She not only made a strategy, but she also got a job as a junior lawyer at a law firm. Your sister has a lot to teach you.
Really? Sophie never told me she had it in her.
She claimed that her brothers didn't treat her with much respect around the house, which contributed to her determination to achieve in school. Instead of being resentful or angry, she values the lessons she learned throughout those years. Isn't he mature?
You're not as familiar with Sophie as I am. She's not all that bright. In that law firm, she won't last a month. I'm not sure how you could have been convinced by someone as foolish as her. Maybe it's because you're also stupid. If I had taken the bar exam, I would have passed on my first attempt. I just elected not to go that route.
You need to stop calling people names. Maybe you should contact me after you've accomplished something noteworthy?
It was only a joke, you know. But, Vivian, you really shouldn't be chatting to Sophie. She's going to disrupt our lives. That's not something we'd want, is it?
This life we created? We hardly have enough money to cover our rent each month. Your wage will not suffice in this city. That is why I want to get a divorce.
What? On what basis? Since we got married, I've done nothing but provide for you. I'm not going to accept a woman like you attempting to force a divorce on me. I'm not going to say anything.
I did some investigation. The other employees' base monthly wage at your company is smaller than yours, but by putting in a lot of overtime hours, they increase it to well over $3,000. With that mindset, a guy like you will never make it. You don't put in any effort and expect us to pass you by? Get a handle on yourself.
Are they really making that much money? I suppose a little overtime wouldn't hurt. Just for now.
I'm not done. You share an office with a 20-year-old. A mother on her alone.
Okay, so?
Apparently, you meet her in secret during your breaks? That is the word on the street, so to speak.
Are you insane? Where did you get the information?
That isn't everything. You're apparently also giving her gifts in the back room. Bags, for example, or even money. Given your already modest pay, this is rather foolish.
I'm not sure what you're on about. Anyone who told you that is lying.
Sophie overheard you discussing it with your brother over the phone. But, just to be sure, I hired a private investigator.
Sophie will have to keep a close eye on herself. What is she thinking spreading rumors about me? I was only talking to my brother. That's all. Brothers occasionally like to brag to each other. It was all a performance. You didn't employ an investigator, did you? I'm sure you're also putting on a show. I work with a woman who looks like that, but she's completely unattractive. In addition, she works on a separate floor, so I rarely see her. If you have any evidence, please provide it to me.
I did speak with her. Fiona was her name, I believe. She even provided me with hard evidence.
No way!
I informed her of the problem. She didn't seem to realize you were married. She apologized and stated that she would never have done it if she had known. Anyway, I have screenshots of your messaging threads. Some of the things you spoke to each other. I must say, not very appropriate.
She just handed over chats like that?
She was sympathetic to the situation and eager to assist me.
I knew I couldn't put my trust in that tramp. What made her give so easily? In the documentary, that guy's girlfriend kept her lips locked, as a good woman should.
I understand why you wanted to come to the city, but you didn't put forth any effort. What did you actually expect to achieve by acting like this?
Who do you think you are? You're from a tiny village like mine, but you act like you've made it big in the metropolis. You haven't worked a single day since moving here.
Well, I'd say I'm actually doing fairly well. I've been doing freelance web design work from home for a time now.
Huh?
The pay is adequate. Well, if you believe $10,000 per month to be adequate.
10 grand?
Isn't that great? I'm just a country bumpkin, so I'm not sure.
You've been making $10,000 per month all along? Why wouldn't you tell me?
It's extremely unfortunate. I'm sure we might have had a bright future together, but I guess it wasn't meant to be.
Are you serious about getting divorced, Vivian? This is easily remedied. I'll start working extra hours. I acknowledge that I was conceited.
I have proof of you cheating, thus trust is essentially gone. Besides, I've had enough of your obstinacy. Not to mention your outdated perspectives on women's roles in society.
You're not going to do it, are you? To be honest, I am adaptable.
By the way, the flat we've been renting is $3,500 per month.
$3,500? For such a small area?
That is the local market value. Actually, reasonable. We moved into my apartment after being married, but I continued to pay the rent on my own. We couldn't afford the rent with just your salary.
$3,500. It's impossible for me to believe. Are all places this pricey?
There are less expensive options. You may have to venture a little outside of the city. Fairview may be a viable choice.
Let's simply settle down and talk about it, Vivian. I'll bring you your favorite red wine, the one with the yellow pig on the label. Then we can listen to some jazz and converse. I'm going straight home.
I'm afraid that's too late. I'll need you out of the house before the end of the week. Don't be alarmed. I've already scheduled a vehicle to pick up your belongings on Friday, so please have them ready by then. I'll be staying at Sophie's apartment for a few nights, but we'll keep in touch to get everything in shape for the divorce.
Please, Vivian.
Felix, it's funny. You arrived to the big metropolis with big plans only to fall flat on your face. However, one of your predictions came true.
What exactly was it?
Unappreciative people never advance in life. I suppose it's true. Felix moved out of the flat the following week and began looking for a new place to live. However, he discovered that the city was rather pricey, which surprised him. He began sleeping at a downtown youth hostel and stored his possessions in a storage locker. However, after arriving at work unshaven and exhausted, his manager decided it was time to fire him. Felix unwillingly returned to his hometown, his hopes of making it big in the metropolis dashed. His parents, thankfully, agreed to let him return home as long as he helped them with the farm chores. Felix struggled to fit in his hometown after his reputation as someone who lost everything attempting to make it in the big city. As a result, he was unable to remarry and spent his days in Fairview alone, living with his old parents.
Lila, please stop being arrogant. Your upcoming status as my sister-in-law doesn't grant you the authority to condescend or mistreat me.
I apologize for any misunderstanding. I understand that you did not have any intention of behaving arrogantly towards me. Did I do something that displeased you or that you found unfavorable? It was unintentional if I did.
Yes. Whatever. It was pretty obvious what you were trying to do. You were exhibiting a sense of superiority based solely on your wealth.
I did not hold a condescending attitude towards you, and I do not perceive myself as a wealthy individual either.
Stop lying about everything. I know that you married my brother because he has a lot of money. You're such a gold digger. Are you planning to live life like a celebrity from now on? That's how it looks like from the outside. You are definitely being so arrogant.
All I'm doing is talking to your mother. I'm not doing anything wrong. Why are you being like this?
So now you're trying to make me look like the bad one? You can't even take responsibility for your own actions? I can't believe that he's getting married to someone like you. He always chooses the worst women. It's been like this ever since high school. I can't wait for him to realize the kind of woman you really are.
I'm really confused. What are you trying to tell me?
I'm telling you to stop acting so arrogantly towards me and my family. I'm sorry to tell you this, but I don't really want you coming to the wedding next week.
We're going to become sisters-in-law. Let's try to get along because we're going to be part of the same family. Also, the wedding would be kind of weird without me being there.
Fine, if you really want to come you better get me a high-brand wedding gift. That's the only way I would allow you to come. You're desperate to attend, right? The gift better be worth at least $5,000 or I'm not going to accept it.
Sure, I was planning on getting you a gift that costs around that much anyway.
Whatever. Don't lie to me. There's no way a selfish person like you would have gotten me a gift that expensive.
Did you just call me selfish? Do you not remember how many times me and my husband have helped you out financially? I've learned and given you money every time you've asked me. How could you call me selfish after all that?
Are you serious? That money is the money that he earned from his job. You didn't make any of it. You're just a lazy housewife that stays at home all day. Why are you trying to take credit for something that you didn't even do?
That's not true at all. About that money.
Just be quiet. I don't want to have to talk about this anymore. Make sure you don't forget my wedding gift, okay? It better be worth $5,000 or I'm not letting you inside the wedding venue.
Fine, I'll get you something nice. You better change your attitude towards me once I give you the gift.
I'll decide how I treat you after I see what you get me.
You really don't get along with Nora very well, do you? It's so obvious just watching you guys interact with each other. Could you try to at least get along? It's uncomfortable for the other people.
I try to get along with her. She doesn't seem to want to cooperate at all. I've been trying to act normal and I've listened to all the things that she's asked me to do. Anyway, it's kind of your fault that we're in this situation.
My fault? Why do you think that?
The reason why she doesn't like me is because she thinks that I married you for your money and job. When the hell do you plan on telling your family that you're unemployed?
I've been planning to tell them, but I just haven't had the right opportunity yet.
Stop planning and just tell them the next time you see them. I'm the one that earns all the money between us. I'm the one supporting you.
Yes, I know that. I'm thankful that you're so kind, and I do feel kind of bad about it. It's just that when I'm with my relatives, I don't want to tell them the truth. It would be kind of embarrassing for me.
What is wrong with you? If you're embarrassed, then go and find a job. Also, that idiot told me that she would only let me come to her wedding if I buy her a gift worth $5,000.
Hey, stop calling my sister an idiot. $5,000? That's not even that bad, right? I'm glad that you didn't ask for something even more expensive.
Are you serious? It's a lot of money, and I'm the one that's going to be paying it. I don't then care if we go to her wedding or not. In fact, I'd prefer not to go and not have to pay the money.
What are you talking about? We have to go. It would be kind of weird if you weren't there after all. I don't want to have to explain to the others about your absence either. Would you please just go and buy her something worth $5,000?
Why do I have to go and buy such an expensive gift for that idiot and you? I wish you'd hurry up and start working.
Why are you complaining about such a small amount of money? Isn't your business making record sales numbers? $5,000 for you is nothing.
Well, the online business that I started up is going very successfully, so $5,000 is not that much for me. Still, it's money that I earned, and I don't want to use a single cent of it on something that would be a waste.
I'm begging you to just do as I say this one time. I promise that I'll try to find a job as soon as the wedding is over. You know that my parents are really strict people, right? They would kill me if they found out I was unemployed.
Okay, fine, but this is the last time I'm going to buy something or give her any of my money. Once the wedding is over, you can give her the money if she asks. Is that okay?
Yes, I guess so. Still, she would get mad and suspicious if we suddenly stopped supporting her financially.
Stop saying we. All of the money is mine. None of the money that she receives is from you. I'm the one that's lending her the money for her wedding as well. Yet everyone in your family thinks that it's you that's giving her all the money. It's not fair at all. You're taking all the credit for what I've been doing.
I do feel sorry about that, and I'm grateful that you're being so understanding. I am actually doing my best to try to find a job. It's just been pretty difficult, especially at my age. There's currently no decent companies that want to employ someone of my age.
Are you really sure that you're even looking for a job properly? All I see you do is play games all day and watch Netflix. I would have thought you would be going out for interviews, but I haven't seen you leave the house in such a long time. If you're going to be at home all day, I wish you'd at least help out with the housework.
That's because I'm not a quick learner like you. It would take me way too long to learn how to do the housework, and by that time I would have found a job, I think. I've never cleaned or cooked before, so you would probably get even more stressed getting angry at me.
Just get out of the house then, you useless waste of space. I don't want to have to keep supporting you in every single way possible. You're meant to be my husband. We should be sharing the workload together.
Calm down, would you? Once everything settles down, we can talk everything out. I don't want to cause any drama right now with Nora's wedding coming up.
You really are such a selfish person. Fine, I won't cause any unneeded drama right now because I respect and love your mom and dad. If your attitude and actions don't improve soon, then I'm going to be taking some action myself.
Are you trying to threaten me or something? You better not tell my family about my temporary situation. I promise that I'll find a job soon, so please don't go and tell them that I'm unemployed. I promise I'll change. Just give me a bit of time.
Fine.
Why are you acting so arrogantly again? Didn't I warn you about this the other day? Stop acting like such a good person when you're in front of my mom and dad. I know what kind of person you really are.
You're still going to take this kind of attitude towards me? Even after everything that I've done for you? I was the one who lent you money for your wedding fees, and I was the one that got you the expensive wedding gift.
Do we really have to have this conversation again? It wasn't you, it was my brother that paid for everything. Stop trying to take credit for what you didn't do. The wedding gift wasn't even that expensive. I thought you would be kind and get me something closer to $10,000. I guess I was wrong about that. You do know that you're the embarrassment of my family, right? I hope that you try to change that in the future.
Fine, that's it. I'm cutting off your financial support.
I don't care. You barely give me anything anyway. It's my brother that is the one that gives me all the financial support. Thanks for the wedding gift though. I'm not sure if I like it that much though, so I might go and sell it for the cash.
Are you sure he's the one giving you all the financial support? He's unemployed right now.
What did you just say?
He quit his company around 6 months ago. He hasn't worked for a single minute ever since he quit. He was looking for jobs until a few months ago, but now he doesn't even do that. I'm the one that's paying for all our living expenses. He's completely dependent on me.
What are you saying? You're lying to me, right? He was telling us stories about his workplace today.
That's a lie. He has a very good imagination. That's about the only skill he's good at. He makes up really believable stories on the spot. He shouldn't really try to become a comedian or an author.
Are you serious about this? Who else knows about this?
I'm the only one that knows. He keeps telling me to be quiet about it because he doesn't want people to know that he's unemployed.
That's a huge problem if mom and dad find out about this. They're going to be so furious because they're really strict. If they find out about this, then they're going to cut ties with him completely.
Well, that's great to hear. He deserves it.
What you just told me is the complete lie, right? There's no way that he's unemployed. I thought that he was so successful at work. You must be lying. There's no way that you could have got me such an expensive wedding gift without his help. You're trying to tell me that all the money that he's been giving me was actually your money? I find that very hard to believe.
Well, you better start believing because all of the financial support that you've been given was from me. I recently started up an online business with one of my friends from high school. It's been really successful and I've been making a lot of money. My bank account is looking very happy right now. We don't even rent out an office, so pretty much all the profits go straight into my savings.
I thought that you were just a housewife.
I work on my business every day while also doing the housework. I don't have the time to be using any of the money I earn on myself. That's why I was giving you financial support. I thought it would be a nice way to spend the money I never use. Once I cut ties with you guys, then I'm finally going to have the time to spend the money that I earn on myself. I'm looking forward to buying whatever I want.
Did you just say that you're planning to cut ties with us?
That's what I said. I'm planning to get a divorce from that lazy leech as soon as possible. I don't want to live with him or see his face. He's just a huge parasite.
Are you sure about this? What's going to happen to the financial support that I was getting from you? I really need that money.
You're not getting any more money from me. I don't want to waste the precious money that I earn on people like you. Tell me one good reason why I should give any money to an arrogant brat like you.
Did you just call me a brat? I'm already 27, you know.
That's what scares me the most. You're already that old and still acts like a kid. How about you try to grow up and act like an adult for once? Anyway, I've decided that I'm definitely going to get the divorce. Would you be able to tell your mom and dad that he's unemployed? I am sure that they would love to find out.
Wait. Please. Let's talk about this first.
I can't believe what you've done to me. How could you do such a thing? I thought we were married. You told my entire family that I'm unemployed. Even my mom and dad know about it.
You should be thankful that I kept it a secret for such a long time. I was planning on telling them at some point.
Do you know how much trouble I am in now thanks to what you did? They're really strict about this kind of thing.
Yes, I know. How much trouble you're in, and I think that you definitely deserve it. They're going to cut ties with you for sure. Where are you planning to go after I kick you out of my place? I know that you won't be able to go back to your parents' place now.
Wait! What? Did you just say you're kicking me out of your place?
That's what I said. I decided that we're going to get a divorce. Please gather up your belongings and move out as soon as possible.
Wait, please hold on. We need to talk about this. You're really serious about this divorce? This is all happening too quickly.
Yes. Of course I'm serious about getting the divorce. There's just no positives for me being married to you.
Positives? I thought that we were together because we love each other.
Do you really think that I still have any feelings for you at all? Take a good look at yourself and what you've done in the past 6 months. Stop acting like you're surprised to hear about the divorce. It was so obvious that it was going to happen at some point. You're a horrendous husband and you know it.
Sorry. I can change.
If you have nowhere to go, then you can ask Nora for help. She's your cute little sister, right? She seems to respect you and love you so much. You're the only person she ever talks about.
You know that I can't do that. She's not going to be able to make a living if you stop giving her the financial support that you've been giving her. She's also in a huge fight with her new husband right now.
What are they arguing about? Is it about her credit card debt?
That's exactly what they're arguing about. She buys so many things compulsively. I think she's addicted to shopping. She maxes out all her credit cards every single month. With other financial support, she can't pay for her living expenses.
Did her husband not know about that before they got married?
He didn't know at all. She did a good job of hiding it because of the financial support you were giving her. She made it look like she had no trouble paying for her expenses. As soon as you told her that you're no longer giving her any money, she decided to come clean to her husband. There was no way she could pay for anything and she needed his help desperately. She really didn't have any other choice but to tell him the truth.
What happened after she told him?
He was shocked and disgusted. I think most people would feel the same way. The amount of debt she has isn't small. It's not like $10,000, which I guess could be paid back fairly easily. It's way more. He also found out that the only reason she was able to live normally was because you were giving her financial support.
So what's going to happen to them?
They're probably getting a divorce. He doesn't want to have anything to do with her. So both of us siblings are in so much trouble now. Our lives have fallen apart completely. Are you happy now?
Yes, I'm really happy. You both deserve this. I want you out of the house by the end of the day. You better not leave any of your belongings behind. If you do, I'm going to dispose of it tomorrow.
Kicking me out of the house is pretty much the same thing as giving me a death sentence. I have no idea how to live by myself or make any money.
You can go find a part-time job or something. I think the local gas station was hiring people for the night shift. All you did was play games for the past 6 months. It's time you made up for it and did some hard work. Well, best of luck and goodbye.
Wait, don't leave me.
Hey, I'm really sorry for everything that I did. I was an idiot. I'm going to work and give back all the money that you gave me. So please, would you be able to forgive me and give us one more chance?
You shouldn't try to make promises that you can't keep. How do you plan on paying me back when you can't even pay off your credit cards? You're also in a lot of debt as well. Do you really expect me to believe that you can pay me back?
Please believe in me. I promise that I'm going to change and do better.
I know that you're going to ask me for more money if I forgive you. You guys don't have a place to live, so you need some money for the rent, right? I'm not going to forgive you or give you any money. Why don't you guys work together and find a place to live? You guys can both get part-time jobs and chip in.
I don't want to live with a loser like him. He was hiding the fact that he was unemployed and made you work the entire time. I don't want to ask for help from a useless guy like that.
Okay, fine. If you want me to forgive you, then give me $5,000.
What?
I said pay me $5,000. If you do, then I'll think about forgiving you. It's not that much money, right? I'm pretty sure that's what you told me the other day. I blocked her number following that final text and ceased all communication with her. I enlisted the assistance of Ken's mother and father because he was extremely reluctant to relocate. They arrived with a massive truck and loaded all of his possessions into it. They proceeded to forcefully usher him into the truck along with his belongings and drove away. As a result of her divorce from her husband, Nora found herself without a home and burdened by a significant amount of debt. Luckily, she was able to secure employment shortly thereafter and presently resides in a dilapidated apartment, living independently. However, I've been hearing unsettling rumors regarding the nature of her current occupation. She has been spotted socializing with some rather questionable individuals. On the contrary, Ken was dispatched to the countryside by his parents. They had secured him a position at a diminutive factory to work at. He diligently toils every day, earning the minimum wage. Hopefully, both of them have come to realize that acquiring money requires extensive dedication and exertion. Money doesn't simply appear out of thin air. I hope that this experience serves as a lesson for them, prompting personal growth and fostering their development as individuals.
Hey Corbin, how about extending your business trip for a few days? Or simply not returning home today?
Esther, don't be silly. Of course I'm returning home, as I promised.
Please no. You stink up the home whenever you come in, and everything you do makes me stressed.
What do you mean? You know how that hurts my feelings?
What? You're over 50 and your feelings have been hurt? You can be such a jerk at times, God.
What kind of approach is that for someone to communicate with their spouse who loves them? That truly hurts.
Love. Don't even mention it. I just felt a shiver run up my spine. I believe I'm going to get sick.
I'm not sure what you mean. We're a husband and wife team. What's the harm in falling in love?
Corbin, how long have we been married? Do you believe there is still love between us?
So, I've always thought of you as my wonderful wife. But I must say, you've been a little meaner recently.
What else do you want from me? I'm trying my best to keep the house operating.
Don't get me wrong. I appreciate you tremendously.
So, please, stop complaining. It's only increasing my contempt for you. Simply do not return home.
What does that even mean?
It signifies that I've been your housewife for as long as I've known you, and I don't recall ever hearing you say thank you.
Esther, what has happened to you lately?
Corbin, nothing has gotten to me. Do you get what I mean? I just don't want to see your face again. Just tell me you're not coming home.
Please, Esther, do not say that. I really love you. If there is a problem between us, please let me know. We can talk about it and get through it.
Only you cause me troubles. I'm not happy with anything about our marriage. I despise having to look at you, plus you stink you're balding, and you're just terrible to be around. What I despise the most is that you claim to love me. That literally makes my skin crawl.
So I can't change my face or my hair? But I guarantee you that I will try to do something about the odor.
That's the best I get, that you will try and do something about it. Why did I ever think it was a good idea to marry you? I clearly made the incorrect decision.
Esther, enough already. If you keep saying things like this, you'll make me cry.
So weep all you want, tiny baby. I don't give a damn. And don't bother messaging me anymore. I'm not interested in speaking with you.
My name is Corbin, and I'm a 55-year-old human resources supervisor. My wife Esther and our son Egan reside with me. I always imagined our family life to be happy and meaningful. That is, until Egan called to tell me that his mother had done something dreadful. I was concerned since my wife had been acting suspiciously recently, so I tried to figure out what was causing her to act abnormally. A week later, Esther, I was speaking with Egan, and he mentioned that you've done a lot of vengeful things against me over the years.
Stop attempting to manipulate others. Did I make a mistake or not?
I don't want to trust what I've heard. Is it true, though, that you've been doing things like cleaning the toilet with my t-shirts and then washing them with mop heads and other cleaning cloths? He even informed me you were putting strange items in my food.
Can you really blame me for any of that? After all, your shirts are almost rags.
Is it true that you turn the air conditioning on chilly after I fall asleep in an attempt to make me cold? And that you switch on the heat or air conditioning in the summer? Is this why I've been having so many days recently where I wake up feeling physically awful?
I believe you're hallucinating and seeking for someone to blame. If you're concerned about your health, you should see a doctor, not me.
But why would you do such things in the first place? Why are you suddenly so hostile toward me?
Didn't I already tell you? You annoy me to no end? What else did Egan reveal to you?
Simply that you're complaining about how much I annoy you and how you wish I'd simply move out when I'm not home. Is it also true that you've been moaning about me over the phone to your buddies for years?
Don't tell me he overheard those conversations as well.
He appears to have. But Esther, do you truly despise me that much?
We've been dating for 25 years. Love and hate are no longer meaningful words to me.
So how can I improve on this? I believe we should strive to repair our friendship, if only for Egan's sake.
That brat should just mind his own business.
Esther, how can you make such a statement about your own son?
Because that young brat has never tried to help out around the house since he was a child. He only asks for money and goes out with his friends.
He is, after all, still a child. I'm sure his weeks are jam-packed with homework, which is why he doesn't get home until late. However, he has occasionally arrived home early and assisted around the house. I've witnessed it for myself. Please let me know if there is anything else I can do to assist you.
Why would I tell you when you're incapable of doing anything correctly? I simply wish you wouldn't return. You'd be completely worthless assisting me around the house.
I know I'm not as clean as you, but I could improve. Please understand that all I want to do is help and make things right.
What are you doing to make sure you clean up after yourself? I don't want you to make any more of a mess of the house while you're here.
I truly apologize for doing so much work for you without understanding it throughout the years. But I want you to know that I've always been grateful for you. I can work so hard because you take such good care of the house.
I don't need your stories or gratitude. I just hope you would pay attention to me for a change.
You are correct. I have a lot of work to do, and I am aware of this.
You're familiar with our next-door neighbor Chad and his family, right? I heard he actually assists his wife with housework after he gets home from work.
Okay, I see. I promise to come home early from work and assist more around the house.
Corbin, that's not the point. Chad also surprised his wife with a 100 rose bouquet for their wedding anniversary. Isn't that a fantastic gift?
You're absolutely correct. I've never been particularly good at them, but I'll work on it as well. Esther, I want to get better for you. In that case, we should do something special for our anniversary this year. Maybe we should go out.
You expect me to accompany you on your date? Why? Is it possible that I lost a bet or something?
No way. It's only our anniversary.
So, just so you know, I'm gonna say it again. For years, I've been in silent anguish and resentment with you. Your presence only adds to my stress.
I'm aware of it. You've made that very plain to me, and I apologize.
Do you realize what you are to me? You're essentially a walking, talking atom. I only wish you dropped the first two.
Well, I had a feeling this was how you felt about us at this point. But writing it out doesn't make me feel any better.
After all, you'll be retiring in 5 years, right?
Yes, I am, but what does that matter?
Are you insane? Corbin, I want to divorce you. And I'm very sure I'm entitled to half of your retirement money if we divorce at this age.
Is that what you're looking for?
Of course it is. It's why I'm not discussing divorce right now. It would be absurd. I promise to be your dutiful little housewife for the next 5 years until you eventually retire.
I'm at a loss for words with you, Esther.
You are not required to mention anything. You just keep working and being my anim, and I'll keep working and being your housewife. I keep the house functioning, and you keep the cash coming in. We've been doing the same thing for years.
But you want to get rid of me? Do you really despise living with me?
Have I not already made that apparent to you? Are you even paying attention to these messages?
But please, Esther, I've always imagined that after I retire, you and I would travel the world and do anything we pleased. I know I've always been busy with business, but I thought retirement would be our moment to travel the world together.
Oh, you're serious. You've never told me about any of your dreams before now.
I really apologize for anything. But I had worked so hard to be able to accompany you on your trip. That has been my entire reason for existing, to be able to devote the last years of my life to you.
I did see that someone had crammed some travel agency brochures into the drawers in our doorway. Is that you?
Do you recall when you said you wanted to visit Europe one day? I just wanted to attempt to make your dream come true, Esther.
Is it a joke? Besides, if I had a choice, I'd prefer go on these trips with Egan than you. I despise you and can't image how I'd feel if I had to travel with you. Anyway, think about the divorce agreement, okay? That way you get another 5 years with me.
My wife's remarks kept spinning around in my head after she stopped replying to my texts, making me dizzy. I've always been a workaholic, and I now see that I should have spent more time enjoying my family. But I've put in a lot of effort. I also do not drink, gamble, or cheat. I've spent the last 25 years of my life working tirelessly for the sake of my wife. I made certain that my wife and son never went without anything in their lives. Before I even proposed to Esther, I promised myself that I would always look after my family. But nonetheless, somehow, even so, this is how things turned out. Now all I feel is rage and sorrow, which I can't seem to shake. I considered it and decided to tell my wife about it in exchange for agreeing to the divorce. A few days later, hello, Esther. I wanted to speak briefly on what would happen after I retire.
So, you finally returned from your work vacation, right?
Esther, I'm referring to your divorce. I'll do whatever you desire.
Oh, now you're all serious, man. Make me chuckle. So you already know where I stand on the subject. I've been wanting it for a long time.
But before we go any farther, I wanted to correct something you mentioned.
What do you mean? What did I get wrong?
It concerns how we will divide my retirement savings. You've already stated that your intention is to divorce me once I retire because you believe you are entitled to a share of my retirement income, in addition to any other funds you may have.
Was there anything I missed in my math there?
We've been married for 20 years. If I retire in 5 years, it will be 25 years, correct? Do you know how much I've saved for retirement over the last 25 years?
How would I know? I'm not an accountant or anything.
We're talking about $3,600 every month on average. So for those 25 years of employment, my annual retirement payout would be around $8,000. Do you know what occurs after that?
I don't. What follows?
If you took half of that, you'd have around $4,000 per year. In other words, you'll only make roughly $300 per month from this method.
Wait, are you serious? All of this for a pitiful $300?
Yes, it is correct. Not to mention the $500 per month you would receive from Social Security. Even when you combine those two, you're looking at a monthly income of around $800.
But it's almost nothing. I can't survive on that. So it would be better if we didn't divorce, right?
Yes, if you're anxious about funding your way into your golden years, I'd be concerned. After all, you have arthritis remedies. Again, how much did the therapies cost? $200 per month. And that included insurance. That would leave you with around $600 every month.
My arthritic pain. When I planned that, I entirely forgot about it.
And it was something I used to pay for you, but I guess you'll have to work it out on your own now.
But that would be difficult for me.
By the way, both of your parents have died, correct? That means you can't go to either of them and beg for money.
What if I go to your parents' house? After all, I'm their daughter-in-law. They'd have to do something to assist me, right?
I regret to inform you that both of my parents have died. Did you truly forget?
I suppose I did.
Given that you virtually spent your entire life as a stay-at-home mother, I can't imagine you'd be able to find anything better than part-time job. I mean, you don't have any truly useful abilities, but I suppose this is what you get for wanting to live your entire life on money made by others.
What the heck is going on? So what sort of husband are you? How is that all of money you've managed to save for retirement? Are you insane or what?
In fact, I've already put a significant amount of money into a retirement home for our golden years. I don't think Egan will be able to care for us because we had him so late in life. So our final years are already paid for. Plus, I already have a consulting gig set up to cover the costs of our trip, or should I say my trip now. Have you considered how you'll make money after I retire?
I intended to take your money.
Since we're getting divorced, I guess you'll have to think of something else.
That's perfectly okay. Who really needs you? I can always move in with Egan and not need your money.
Egan is in his senior year of high school. He'll be in college even if we wait 5 years. I'm not sure how you believe he'll back you up.
That young man should remember who brought him into this world. For 12 hours, I've pushed him out of my body. He'll just have to come up with something.
Esther, do you truly believe he knows nothing?
What do you mean?
I mean, throughout the years, we saved $100,000 for his education fund. And I know you've been withdrawing small but frequent amounts from it for yourself.
I'm not sure what you're on about. I've never done anything like this before.
Yes, you have. I recall Egan telling me one day that his college fund was about to run out of funds.
So what? Why is that my fault?
Because I saw the bank statements. It is your fault. You were taking money from that account and spending it on yourself. I saw the bills for the high-priced salons and deadening treatments.
How dare you watch my purchasing habits? Why am I not permitted to have any privacy?
Was it really necessary for you to spend so much money merely going to salons? That money was meant to go toward our son's schooling.
It's all right. I was able to recoup all of that money. Our neighbor Chad's wife, you see, is a stock market trader who has been teaching me a few tricks.
What do you mean? You must wake up? Do not risk our son's college fund on the stock market when you have no idea what you're doing.
How can you say that? Do you believe I'm not in love with it? Our only child?
This is enough. We're getting divorced, and I don't want that account to be used for anything other than Egan's college expenses. You can find out how to pay for your own life from now on.
Okay, I think we all need to calm down a little.
Esther, I am at ease. I am really composed.
I just think we're having a miscommunication right now.
Miscommunication? I thought you despised me?
Let's just put all of this divorce chatter aside for now, okay? I mean, what were we doing discussing it at our age? I believe I was just overly enthusiastic.
It's far too late to turn back now, Esther.
Corbin, come on! You can't be mad at me for this. Consider everything we've been through together.
Remember how you told me that all I did for all those years was stress you out? You initiated the divorce?
And when you think about it, this only goes to show how great of a spouse you are. You made me reconsider. You are always working so hard and putting your family first.
Esther, you described me as a walking, talking atom.
What? Did I just say that? I don't recall ever calling you something so derogatory. You're my wonderful hubby. You work hard, provide for your family, and do so with a big heart full of love.
I'm sick of putting up with this charade.
But you do realize I was joking about the divorce, right? I was never serious. I can't wait to spend my days with you once you've retired. It will be thrilling to go throughout the world.
Are you certain you wouldn't prefer to live without me and just have my money?
No, we are free to do whatever you want after you retire. We have the option to see the world or stay at home. If you do latter, I will always clean and look after you.
Who knows what else you'll do to my stuff if I keep letting you do all the housekeeping, or even my meals.
And I thought it was so romantic how you remembered that I had always wanted to see Europe. Can you imagine all the locations we'll be able to visit once you've retired? It'll all be a dream. Where should we go? France? Italy? Or maybe we can skip Europe and head to New Zealand?
I'm not going to accompany you anywhere, but I'll bring Egan.
But that is my son. You can't have all the fun with Amy if you leave me at home.
You won't even be in the photo at that moment, so don't worry.
Wait, please. You can't do it.
So I'm going to start signing divorce paperwork right now.
Come on, Corbin. You're acting ridiculously. I was merely kidding.
Best of luck with everything. After that, I signed my share of the divorce papers left on the kitchen table by Esther. She had to leave our house once the divorce was finalized and move into a small apartment. Esther began working at a small grocery even though she was in her 50s. I've heard that she spends every day attempting to understand all of these strange systems and spends most of her break time weeping her eyes out in the back room. After retiring, I began working as a consultant. Egan is now in college, but he still calls once a week. But then I think about the 25 years I squandered with such a horrible woman, despite the fact that I have no regrets. I'm just looking forward to having a second chance at life and going across the world.
Hey Alexa. It's been a while, right? Are you there? Come on, just respond already. It's not like I'm contacting you at midnight or something.
Hi, Amy.
Oh, there you are. Why you are so slow in replying to me?
Well, I only just finished up with work for the day. So I couldn't look at my phone until now. Yeah, it really has been a long time. We haven't seen each other since we graduated high school.
Yeah, I know. It's been way too long. So you're telling me you're still hard at work? I'm surprised.
I mean, yeah, of course. What's so surprising about that? I've worked really hard to land this job. It's the one I've been aiming for a long time.
I thought you would be the type who would want to end up being a stay-at-home mom or something.
What made you think that?
Well, you got married to the son of CEO, right?
Yeah, his father is the CEO of one of the largest pharmaceutical companies in the industry. But it's not like I only married him for his money or something. I'd never do something like that. Wait a minute. Why do you know that? How do you know a lot about my private life?
Oh, you don't know that. With the intelligence network I have at my disposal, it's actually quite simple. To be honest, I was so surprised when hearing that news. For someone like you whose only quality was her book smarts, I couldn't believe you managed to marry into so much money.
Emmy, you make it sound like I only married him for his money. Like I said, it's not the truth.
Is that a hint of arrogance I sense? Are you trying to say that you're doing better than I am?
What? Where did you get that idea? I had no intention of doing anything like that.
Yeah, you'd be trying to pull off any kind of bragging. You made me get worried about how I'd respond.
Yeah, whatever. I don't want to explain more.
Anyways, I wanted to ask you about one thing. I hope you could do it for me.
Well, it depends on how is that request.
I wanted to ask you about could you give me that rich husband?
I'm sorry? Are you seriously asking that?
Yes, I think so. I pretty clearly stated it. I want you to give me your rich husband.
You made me speechless. I don't even know how to respond to that.
Why are you acting so weird about? I mean, the son of the president of a company is practically a celebrity. I just feel like his potential is just completely wasted on a plain boring woman like you. That's all. I feel like he'd be better suited to someone whose heart and looks are pretty and glittery. Someone like me totally suits him a lot better than you do.
Sorry, I didn't respond for a second. I needed to restart my brain after seeing the absurdity of what you wrote. Before I can even try to delve into your nonsense, I've got to ask, have you actually met my husband?
Nope.
So you're just asking me to hand him over to you without ever having seen him? Are you crazy?
What's wrong with that? It's fine, isn't it? He's got such a prestigious position that there's enough value in getting him as a husband.
Your thinking is just wrong. What is wrong with you? What do you mean there's enough value? Do you really take marrying someone that lightly? And that's not even going into how wrong it is for you to just openly ask to take someone's husband from them without even having seen them.
What are you going on about? Stop acting like I'm trying to do something unspeakable. All I'm doing is giving you advice. Ask someone who is much prettier than you, you should take my advice. I'm telling you, someone like him is much more well suited to be with someone who matches his level.
What? I don't need your advice. It doesn't make sense at all.
No, I'm just telling you what should be common knowledge. Don't you know anything about what society is really like? I mean, isn't it obvious that a man used to a luxury life would want a wife that matches that luxury style? You can't tell me. You don't understand it. I bet he just got some circumstances surrounding him where he just felt like he needed to settle for marrying someone like you. I know that if I were to appear in front of him, he would fall in love with me in an instant. If you just stay quiet and out of the way, you don't even have to do much to give him up. Just let me do my work and he'll come to me on his own. Then I'll be right by his side as we start to live such a gorgeous life together.
I don't know what to say now. You must be out of your mind. No matter what you say, I am not divorcing my husband. And it's not just because we love each other. Not only are we husband and wife, but we're also business partners. If I were to use your wording, I would say that I am the only one who deserves to be by his side.
Excuse me.
I will not just let you walk all over me with your selfish. You're an adult now. I highly suggest you start acting like it. Don't you start naively talking like you know how the world works.
I don't care if you think I'm naive.
I think you just need to accept that the world doesn't revolve around you.
What's wrong with you? Some plain woman like you acting like she can appreciate the kind of life she has. I hope you know that you're not going to beat me on this. I am going to take your husband from you. I deserve what's the best for me. I will make you pay dearly for denying me. Hey Alexa,
Oh, you again?
you're on your honeymoon, right?
I don't see how that's irrelevant. What do you want?
Well, after looking into lots of popular honeymoon spots, I finally caught up to you. I've tracked you down.
Excuse me? You did what?
Aren't you still a little nervous? I know you haven't seen your husband since yesterday.
Why do you ask?
Well, I thought you might be able to guess. He's with me right now. Surprise?
What?
I mean, honestly, your husband was just too easy. I just made a cute little face, and from then on he couldn't keep his eyes off me. And he just came home with me.
I'm sorry.
Well, we've been having quite a bit of fun together. I guess that's just a way of saying I stole your honeymoon from you.
So what are you talking about? Anyway, if you think you're talking about my husband, well, sorry to disappoint you, but he's right here next to me.
Of course you'd say something like that trying to hide how much pain you're feeling. I'm struggling not to laugh at how sad that is going on. Enjoy your little Hawaii trip alone now.
I see you're wrong in more ways than one. We are nowhere near Hawaii.
Sure. Just keep going on with the little steps to try to hide your broken heart. It's not good to bottle up your negative emotions for so long, so you should cut it out soon. It's gonna hurt more later.
I think it'll hurt for you more if you don't start accepting that you really screwed up. Not that I really expect you'll ever believe me.
Excuse me?
Like I already told. There's no way I'd ever divorce my husband and give him to you. And he is saying that he's never once thought about leaving me either.
Oh, really now?
Well, I don't really understand what sort of enjoyment you're getting out of trying to rile me up. But my husband's telling me that he has a visceral hatred for women like you. And there's no way he would even look at you, let alone fall for you.
That's totally hilarious. You really come up with lots of crazy things to say. The man who's been with me the best parts of me would never say something like that about me. Especially not after I just had such a hot night together. And of course he's right next to me right now. So I know you're lying.
Either your information network is way off the mark or you need to get your eyes checked. Are you sure you're not mistaking him for someone else? Well, anyway, my husband and I have things to do together, so.
Yeah, run along now and cry it out already. Go on and enjoy your heartbreaking single trip. Hi there. Alexa? How is this going? I've heard some really good news that I just had to ask you about. I heard your husband divorced you.
You seriously haven't given up on this yet. I'd really like to just ignore you and let you live your life in your own little mistaken world. But seriously, what are you trying to do by trying to get me angry so much? What's your goal here?
What? I'm not doing something like that. Don't make it sound like I'm doing something mean. I'm with my fated partner, who's supposed to become my husband. He only married to you by accident. All I did was get him back from you to fix the mistake. And now things can go as they were supposed to from the start.
Every time you text me, I'm astonished at how utterly clueless you are. Every time you text me, I'm astonished at how utterly clueless you are. What are you even talking about? How can someone you've literally never met be your fated partner? There's no reason to believe that could ever happen.
I'm starting to think you're the completely clueless one here. I'm telling you, your ex-husband is here, with me right now. We just filed our marriage registration. How can you continue to be stuck in denial?
I don't know if you can call it denial. I can't tell how imaginary you are. Really, we haven't even gotten divorced.
Well, you are so stupid, Alexa. You should change your surname in stupid now. Alexa Stupid. That means he divorced you without you knowing.
What? You don't make no sense at all. Anyway, I don't want to lengthen your stupid story. You must be next to someone now, right?
I've told you a bunch of times already. I'm with your ex-husband. This is the first time I've been with someone I just have such good chemistry with. Sam is so great. I'm in love with him so much. Getting married to him is the best choice in my life.
Oh, his name is Sam, right?
Yeah, don't tell me that you forget your husband's name. Such a useless wife ever.
Well, I have to tell you something. Sorry to disappoint you, but my husband's name is not Sam.
What? Are you kidding me? You got the same surname as him. Sam Cruz. And you are Alexa Cruz. Tell me, how am I wrong for that? Oh, I know you are just making things up. Stop it, Alexa. It doesn't work for me.
Okay, I will tell you more clearly. My husband's name is Peter. Peter Cruz. And by the way, we're in the UK right now. Our company is going to open a branch in London, and so we have moved to the UK for the past 2 years. In fact, we did throw a honeymoon in Hawaii. But due to some businesses, we had to flight back to UK not long after that. But that trip was 2 months ago. Maybe due to that fact that I have just posted these images on social media recently. You are literally the stupid one.
Really? You must be lying to me?
No, Emmy. I'm dead serious right now. There is no point for me in lying.
But who the foo is the guy I got married to?
Well, I can't say. I have never heard the name you mentioned. So why were you so utterly convinced that guy was my husband anyway?
I talked to him in front of that hotel in Hawaii. After he talked to you for a while, it seemed like he was storming off somewhere to do something on his own. So I thought that was my chance to nab him. That's when I seduced him and invited him to my room.
Wait a minute. Could you be talking about that one lanky guy with bleached blonde hair who was wearing some jacket with a super gaudy design?
Yes, that's him. I remember that jacket. I remember thinking you couldn't possibly appreciate something that flashy. So you did know who I was talking about?
I mean, I saw the guy. But I have no idea who is that guy.
What? How could you not know him? How? I don't understand.
Well, I can only guess a little bit.
Just tell me. Who is this?
Maybe he is the guy who flirted me when I was in that hotel. We just had a chat for a short time. Oh, I remembered that we got the surname. What a coincidence!
I still don't understand.
Well, my husband and I were on our way to the airport. So it was when we were checking out of our hotel. The thing is, Peter, my husband, forgot something back in our room, so I waited in the hotel lobby while he went to get it. That's when that guy approached me and started trying to hit me up. But once I told him that I was a married woman on my honeymoon, he started looking annoyed. And when I told him that my husband would be back shortly, he stormed off in a huff, grumbling under his breath. That's all the extent of my knowledge of this guy.
Can't believe it. I got married into a random man.
Well, that certainly sounds like that to me.
What I really did.
But is that really a problem if you adore him as much as you make it sound? Isn't that fine anyway?
No. It's all wrong. I thought I could steal your gold mine from you. I was going to secure myself a life of luxury by taking him for myself. I did everything I could for the past 3 months to get him to love me. And now you're telling me it was just for some worthless guy. How could this happen to me? I don't deserve this. Please, Alexa. Can you help me? I don't want to bury me life with this man. I did a very big mistake.
But how? How can I get you out of your problem? You should do it by your own.
Please, Alexa. You doing business, so you must know a lot good lawyers. Can you let them get out of this stupid marriage?
Are you for real? You got what you deserved, Emmy. No one can help you.
Alexa.
After that, I blocked Emmy's number. Alexa couldn't stand still in that marriage, and then she filed for divorce with her great husband. Ironically, she had to share her assets for this man after the court. It must be a big lesson for her. I'm so lucky not to have spent any second of my life with these toxic people.
Hey, Jack. Can you believe it's almost our 15-year anniversary? Time flies.
I know, right? It feels like just yesterday we got married. I've been thinking about how we should celebrate. Any ideas?
Definitely. I was thinking we should do something special with our son and the whole family. How about a weekend getaway?
That sounds wonderful. We could go to that cabin in the mountains that we've been talking about. It would be a great opportunity to spend quality time together.
Yes, I love that idea. The cabin is surrounded by beautiful nature, and it would be so nice to disconnect from our busy lives for a while. Do you think our son would be excited about it?
I'm sure he would be thrilled. He loves exploring and being in nature. Plus, it's a great chance for him to bond with the extended family. I can already imagine the hikes, campfires, and all the fun we'll have.
That's true. Our son will cherish these memories, and it'll be a great way for us to create new ones as a family. We should start looking into the logistics, like booking the cabin and planning the activities.
Absolutely. I'll take care of finding the perfect cabin. Do you think we should invite any other family members or close friends to join us?
Good point. It might be nice to have our closest friends join us. Let's invite some close friends. They have a daughter around our son's age, so they'll have a great time together.
Great idea. I'll reach out to them and see if they're available for that weekend. It would be wonderful to have them share this special occasion with us.
Perfect. I'm getting really excited about our anniversary celebration. 15 years of marriage is a significant milestone, and I couldn't imagine spending it with anyone else but you and our son.
Ah, you always know how to make me feel special. I feel the same way, Lisa. These years have been filled with love, joy, and growth. I'm grateful for every moment we've shared.
And I'm grateful to have you by my side, supporting and loving me all these years. I can't wait to celebrate and create more amazing memories together. We're going to make this anniversary unforgettable.
Absolutely. Our love is stronger than ever, and this celebration will be a testament to that. I love you, Lisa, and I can't wait for our weekend getaway with the family.
I love you too, Jack. Our family is everything to me, and I'm so lucky to have you as my husband and the best dad to our son. This anniversary will be a beautiful reflection of our journey together.
It definitely will, Lisa. Let's make it the best anniversary celebration ever.
They start planning things for the 15-year anniversary celebration. They invited family and friends. Caroline is one of Lisa's old friends.
Hey, Jack. I heard from Lisa that you and your family are planning a special celebration for your 15-year anniversary. I just wanted to say thank you so much for inviting me. I feel honored to be included.
Hey, Caroline. Of course, we would love to have you join us. You're an important part of Lisa's life, and it wouldn't be the same without you there to celebrate with us.
Thank you, Jack. That means a lot to me. I've always admired the love and commitment you and Lisa have for each other. It's inspiring.
Well, thank you, Caroline. We've been through our ups and downs like any couple, but we've always managed to come out stronger. It's been an incredible journey.
I can imagine. It takes a lot of work and dedication to build a relationship that lasts for 15 years. You and Lisa have something truly special.
We definitely do. But enough about us. How have you been, Caroline? I hope everything is going well in your life.
Oh, you know, the single life has its ups and downs. But I can't complain. I've been keeping busy and enjoying my freedom. And now, I have something exciting to look forward to, the anniversary celebration with you and your family.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. And who knows, maybe this celebration will bring some unexpected surprises your way.
Oh, really? What kind of surprises are we talking about here, Jack? You have me intrigued.
Well, you never know what the future holds, Caroline. Sometimes celebrations can be the perfect setting for new connections and possibilities.
That's true. Anything is possible. Perhaps this celebration will bring some unexpected magic into my life. I'll definitely be open to it.
I'm glad to hear that. Life has a funny way of surprising us when we least expect it. And who knows, maybe this celebration will be the start of something amazing for both of us.
It sounds like you're flirting with me, Jack. Are you trying to sweep me off my feet?
Maybe I am, Caroline. Maybe I am. After all, you're a wonderful person, and it's hard not to be drawn to your charm and beauty.
Well, you're not too bad yourself, Jack. Maybe this anniversary celebration will be the start of an unexpected chapter for both of us. I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Indeed, Caroline. Let's see what the future has in store for us. In the meantime, I'm looking forward to celebrating our anniversary with you and the rest of the family.
Likewise, Jack. It's going to be a memorable celebration, that's for sure. I can't wait to see where this journey takes us.
Me neither, Caroline. Me neither.
After the celebration, Caroline and Jack became lovers. They've been together for months.
Jack, we've been in love for months now, and it's getting harder for me to keep this a secret. I care about you deeply, but I can't bear the guilt of hiding our relationship anymore. I think it's time to come clean with your wife and address the issues in your marriage.
Caroline, I understand how you feel, but it's not that simple. My son got sick, and my wife has been under a lot of stress trying to support him. I can't burden her with the news of our relationship right now. It would only make things more complicated for everyone involved.
I empathize with your family's situation, Jack, but I can't deny my own feelings either. Keeping this secret feels dishonest. I'm worried that it's eating away at our chance for a genuine relationship. We owe it to ourselves to be honest and authentic.
I know it's difficult, Caroline, but I'm torn between my love for you and my responsibilities as a husband and father. I need to support my son during this challenging time. Dropping this bombshell on my wife would only create more chaos. We need to find a way to handle this delicately.
I understand your concerns, Jack, but continuing this secret affair is also causing harm. It's not fair to anyone involved, including ourselves. We can't keep living in this limbo. Maybe we could consider seeking professional help, like couples therapy, to navigate this situation in the most compassionate way possible.
Couples therapy could be a good idea, Caroline. It could provide a safe space for my wife and me to address the challenges we're facing and explore our options. It might also help us understand the impact of our choices on our son. I don't want to hurt him more than he's already been through.
I'm glad you're open to the idea, Jack. It shows your commitment to finding a solution that is fair and considerate to everyone involved. Let's make it a priority to seek professional guidance and work towards a resolution that respects the well-being of your family while acknowledging our own feelings.
Thank you, Caroline. I truly believe that addressing these issues through therapy is the best way forward. It won't be an easy journey, but we can navigate this challenging situation and find a resolution that aligns with everyone's needs.
I'm here for you, Jack, and I'll support you throughout this process. We'll face the challenges together with honesty and compassion. Let's focus on seeking the help we need and working towards a solution that brings happiness and healing for all involved.
Few days later.
Hey, babe. Your wife wasn't home. So I kind of let myself in. I can't wait for tonight.
What are you doing? Is this my house you are in?
Yes, waiting for you, baby. That's why I'm here.
My wife is coming home.
So we can tell her together.
No. It's not the right time. I've told you already and I thought you understand for my situation.
But you said tonight at 6 p.m.?
That's not what I mean. 6 p.m. at your place, not mine. You need to leave now.
I know it's difficult. But we have to do it.
Caroline, please. What if my son sees you?
Don't you think that he should know me?
Of course. But not now. Not like in that way you suddenly appear in my house. My wife is calling me. Did someone see you?
Just kidding. There is no one here.
Good. Just get out of there quickly. I'll meet at your place.
You don't need to be afraid. I love you so much.
If you love me, you should leave.
You're not going to tell your wife.
I swear that I will. Just please leave.
If that's what you want.
At the same time.
Hey, I've been calling you. Where have you been?
Sorry, babe. I was in a meeting.
The school just called me. Ben didn't show up today.
What? Where is he?
I'm on my way home now. Hopefully, he's there.
You're already on your way home?
I'll be there in 10 minutes.
No, don't come. Ben is not home.
Are you home?
Yeah, I came home already. I will call Ben now.
I tried to call him. He's not answering his phone. I'm afraid that he is having an episode. Like the doctor said.
The doctor said it's just OCD.
Honey, you haven't been around. It's getting bad. He sees things.
You're too worried.
If you were around more, you'd be worried too. I'll come home and wait with you.
No, you don't need to come home now. Go check his friend's house.
I called all the moms. They haven't seen him. I said no one has seen him.
Just go search them all. I promise we'll find him and I'll be around more.
Tell me if he calls you. I love you.
Jack tried to call his son, Ben. However, Ben denied the calls. He sends the message instead.
Dad, are you with Mom now? Please don't tell her I'm texting you.
Ben, where are you? Why didn't you answer the calls?
Don't be mad at me.
Why did you skip school today? Your mother is freaking out.
Mom won't listen to me. She thinks I'm going crazy.
No, she doesn't think you're crazy.
She says I'm imagining people, but I proved her wrong.
Sometimes our brains don't work like we want.
There is a stalker following us. The lady has been following us for months. I see her everywhere.
What stalker? Where are you? We need to get you some help.
Please stop calling me. I can't talk, Dad. I'm inside her apartment.
Whose apartment?
The lady named Caroline. Do you know her? Have you seen her too?
Oh my God! No! I've never seen her. But you need to get out of there right now. I'm not screwing around.
Dad, just listen to me. We need to call the police. I saw the picture of you in her apartment.
Call the police? Then say what? You broke into her place. They will arrest you, not her.
At least they'll investigate her.
She isn't stalking us. You're just 14.
You think I'm crazy, too.
No, but this is illegal. One photo of me means nothing. You need to leave before this woman gets back to her place.
No, it's not just you. I saw the photos of our whole family, including me and Mom. She crossed Mom's face in those pictures. Why would she have these?
Okay, Ben, I'll take care of this.
Will you call the police?
No, she isn't dangerous. Not in the way you think. Trust me, son. I'm coming to get you.
You know where I am? How?
Just stay there.
Dad, I found a photo of you and her. Is she your girlfriend?
At that time, Lisa couldn't find Ben at the mall.
Ben wasn't at the mall. I'm coming home now.
I found Ben. He was at an arcade.
Arcade? Is he okay?
Yes, but he's very confused. He's sicker than I thought.
As long as he's safe. Just bring him here. I'm pulling up the house. Wait. Whose car in the driveway?
Jack sent a message to Caroline immediately.
Caroline, did you leave?
Of course.
You promise? There's a car in the driveway.
Are you here?
My wife is there. Why do you still stay in my house?
But I'm your love now. You were never going to tell your wife. You needed my help.
Caroline, what kind of help? Please promise me that you won't do anything silly. Whatever you are doing. This is not what I want. We can talk about it. This is not love. I love you. I said it. We can run away, Caroline.
Lisa found someone is in her house.
Jack, someone is here, in our house.
What? Is that Ben?
No, I hear steps upstairs. Oh, that's my friend, Caroline. But how could she get in here? Did you call her?
Yes. I called her to look after our house when I came out to look for Ben.
Ben is home also.
Oh, baby, don't say anything. I'm coming back home right away and I can explain.
Oh gosh, Jack. Ben told me that there was a lady who's stalking him for months. Ben recognized that was Caroline. I'm terrible mother. I didn't believe in him. She showed me the message between you guys. How could you do that with me and our son?
I'm so sorry, Lisa. It's not your fault. It was a stupid affair and it never should have happened.
I want a divorce, Jack. I can't stay with someone who has broken our sacred vows. 15-year marriage doesn't mean anything to you. This is the end, Jack. My son and I deserve better than this.
Harry, I've been thinking a lot about our future lately. We're both young, and there are so many dreams we want to pursue. But I can't help but wonder, where do we fit into each other's dreams?
I understand, Bella. Our dreams are important, and I've been thinking about it too. Right now, my focus is on getting my startup off the ground and making it successful. I want to create something meaningful and build a stable future for both of us.
I believe in you, Harry, and I want you to succeed in your endeavors. But what about us? I want to be a part of your life and support you, but I also dream of a future where we are married and building a life together.
You are an essential part of my life, Bella. I promise you that. It's just that starting a business requires a lot of dedication and hard work, especially in the early stages. I want to make sure I can give you the life you deserve.
Right now, that means focusing on my startup.
I appreciate your honesty, Harry. It's just sometimes I feel uncertain about where we stand. I don't want to pressure you, but I also don't want to put my dreams on hold indefinitely.
I understand your concerns, Bella, and I don't want you to put your dreams on hold either.
I promise you that once my startup is on stable ground and I can manage my time better, I will be ready to take the next step with you.
Can you give me a timeline or some sort of reassurance? I don't want to feel like our future is constantly uncertain.
I wish I could give you an exact timeline. But building a startup is unpredictable, and I can't say for certain how long it will take. However, I can promise you that I'll keep you updated on my progress. I'll be honest with you every step of the way.
That means a lot to me, Harry. I want to be patient and supportive, but I also need to know that we're moving towards the future we both dream of.
I completely understand, Bella. I want you to be a part of my future, and I want us to achieve our dreams together. Right now, I need your understanding and support, and I promise I won't take that for granted.
Okay, Harry. I trust you, and I believe in you. I'll support you in pursuing your dreams and building your startup. Just remember that I also have dreams, and I hope we can work towards them together when the time is right.
Thank you, Bella. Your support means the world to me. I promise that once things stabilize and I can find a balance, I'll make our dreams come true together.
I'm looking forward to that day, Harry. Let's keep communicating and supporting each other through this journey.
Absolutely, Bella. Together, we can make anything possible. Our dreams and our love will guide us to a beautiful future.
Harry's startup business faced with a pandemic. He was stressful to handle this tough time.
Hey Harry, how's everything going with your business? I've been thinking about you a lot.
Hi, babe. It's been tough, to be honest. With COVID-19, we had to close down for a while, and it's been really stressful trying to figure things out.
I'm sorry to hear that, Harry. Is there anything I can do to help or support you during this time?
Just knowing that you're there for me means a lot, Bella. I'm trying my best to navigate through this situation and keep the business going.
I understand, but I can't help worrying about our future too. We're both turning 30 soon, and I thought by now, we would have a more stable life. I always dreamed of being a housewife, but I don't have a job right now, and it's making me anxious.
I know, Bella, and I share those concerns. I want to provide for us and build a stable life too. This pandemic has thrown us a curveball, but I promise I'm doing everything I can to make things work.
I want to believe you, Harry, but sometimes it's hard not to panic. I need to know what you're thinking about making a balance between your business and our future.
I understand, Bella. I'm trying to find ways to balance both, but it's challenging right now. I believe in our future together, and I won't give up on our dreams.
I hope so, Harry. I love you, but I also need some security in our relationship. I want to be a housewife, but for that, I need a partner who can provide for our life and home.
I know, Bella, and I want to be that partner for you. It's just that this situation is making things more complicated than we anticipated.
I don't want to sound harsh, but I need to be honest with my feelings. I can't help feeling anxious about our future. Can we talk about how we can work through this together?
Absolutely, Bella. I want us to be open with each other about our concerns. Let's talk more when we see each other later, and we'll figure this out together.
Okay, Harry. I really hope we can find a solution. I don't want to lose our dreams and the future we've talked about.
Me neither, Bella. I love you, and I'm committed to working this out. We'll get through this together, I promise.
Thank you, Harry. It means a lot to me that you're willing to talk and work through this. I love you too, and I believe in us.
I'm here for you, Bella, no matter what. We'll find a way to make our dreams come true, together.
Right after a few months.
Hey Harry, there's something I need to talk to you about.
Of course, Bella, we can talk. What's on your mind? Should I give you a call?
I want to talk over the phone, but I think it's better if I write it down.
Yeah, sure. So, what is it?
Well, we've been together for nearly 5 years, right? We've spent half of our 20s as a couple.
Yeah, I guess so. It's hard to believe we're both turning 30 soon.
Exactly. So, I've been wondering if your thoughts on marriage have changed. We're not getting any younger. I think it's time for us to settle down. All our friends around the same age have already gotten engaged or married.
I understand, Bella, and I've been thinking about it too. I know we've talked about this before, but can you wait for just a little longer? Maybe 1 to 2 more years? My business has been going through a tough time after COVID-19. And I need to focus on getting things back on track. I promise things will get better soon.
Harry, we've been postponing this for a long time already. I'm turning 30, and I don't want to keep waiting indefinitely. I love you, but I also want some security and commitment in our relationship. I can't help feeling like I'm running out of time.
I know it's been tough, Bella, and I'm sorry for making you wait. I truly believe that once my business is stable, we'll be in a much better position to move forward. Can't you trust me on this?
Trust is important, Harry, but it's hard when I feel like this has been put off so many times. I need to know that you're serious about our future together. I don't want to wait indefinitely for something that might never happen.
Bella, I'm doing my best here. My business is my priority right now, and I'm trying to secure our future. I just need a little more time.
I can't keep waiting, Harry. I feel like I'm losing precious time, and I deserve to be with someone who is ready to commit to me. I want a partner who can provide stability and take care of me.
Are you saying I can't take care of you? You know how hard I've been working to make things better for us.
It's not just about the effort, Harry. It's about the results. I need to see progress, and I need to feel like our future is secure.
I know I may not have everything figured out right now, but I love you and I'm trying my best. Why are you being so harsh?
You want to know why? Because I've been seeing someone else. Someone older, who can actually take care of me and make me feel secure. I wasted my youth waiting for you, and I deserve better.
What? I can't believe you cheated on me, Bella. And to think you're blaming me for your actions and saying such hurtful things. I may not have it all together, but I would never betray you like that.
You were so weak, Harry. You couldn't protect me or give me what I needed. I had to find it somewhere else.
I may not be perfect, but you can't justify cheating on me. If you were unhappy, you should have talked to me about it instead of betraying my trust.
We're done, Harry. I can't be with someone who can't provide for me and protect me. I'm going to be with someone who can actually give me the future I deserve.
Fine, if that's what you want. I never thought you would hurt me like this, Bella. I deserve better than someone who cheats and blames me for it. Goodbye.
After 5 years since the day they broke up.
Hi, Harry, it's been a while. I hope you're doing well. I saw your business in the news. And I must say, I'm so happy and proud of your success. Congratulations.
Bella? Is this really you? I thought you unblocked me. Why did you contact me again?
Yes, it's me. I saw you on the newspaper with your successful business going global, and I couldn't help but reach out. I'm genuinely happy for you, Harry.
Thanks, I guess. My business is doing well, but it was a tough journey, especially after COVID. I got lucky that I could handle it.
I'm proud of you, Harry. You always had the determination and talent. Maybe we could catch up sometime and see how things go?
Catch up? After all these years? It's been years since you could say. I'm not your boyfriend. What happened to the old man you left me for? Are you still with him?
Oh, him? We broke up. That's over. He turned out to be controlling and way too old for me. In the end, it didn't matter how rich he was. It was like dating someone's dad. So I was thinking, maybe we could get back together?
No way. Why would you ever think that?
Well, when we broke up you desperately tried to stop me, right? So that must mean you still have feelings for me. Nothing is standing between us anymore. Let's give it another shot.
Nah, I'm good. I'm doing just fine without you.
Come on, don't play hard to get. Things are probably going to start calming down at your job, right? I'll agree to marry you now. You can go tell your parents the good news this weekend. I can't wait to tell them we're finally getting married. What a wonderful life we'll have together. I can't wait to introduce myself as Bella, the wife to the president of the company.
You left me when I needed you the most. It was tough after our breakup, but that's when I pushed myself to succeed. Now you come back because you see me successful?
No, it's not like that. I genuinely want to be with you. I realized how much I love you.
I'm married now, Bella. I have 2 kids, and my wife has been there for me through thick and thin.
What?
Like I said, I'm already married and I have 2 children. So no, there's no way on this planet I'd ever marry you.
Why are you married? I'm the one you should be married to.
I don't think me being married is that crazy. It's not like I have to be single my whole life.
But you never agreed to marry me when we were together. What made you change your mind all of a sudden? We haven't been broken up that long. And you already have kids? Something's not right. I feel like you tricked me. You never wanted to marry me.
I'm sorry, Bella, but that ship has sailed. I can't forget how you left me when I needed you. I used to tell you back then, didn't I? In a year or 2, we can start planning for a wedding. Just wait a little longer. But you couldn't wait, and instead, you cheated on me. Back then all you cared about was money and status.
Yeah, but I didn't have any idea your business was this big.
Bella, you haven't changed. You're still after someone with money.
I know I made a mistake, but I've changed, Harry. I still love you, and I believe we can make it work this time. Just get a divorce from your wife. Get remarried to me. We can have our own children.
I can't believe you're still playing games, Bella. My wife is nothing like you. She's not in it for money or personal gains. She's genuine and caring. After we broke up, our parents introduced us to each other. She knew from day one about my job, and she's been so supportive. There's never been any doubt that she'd make a wonderful wife and I'd be happy with her. This goes without saying, but she'd never cheat on me, unlike you.
But now, I broke up with that old guy so we could get married. I never thought you'd be like this, Harry. I really thought we could have a future together again. You are the only one that I love. How could you turn down someone who loves you this much?
You sound ridiculous. I have nothing to do with why you broke up with that guy. We're complete strangers now.
Please, Harry, give us a chance. I know I hurt you, but I've realized my mistakes.
I've moved on, Bella. I love my wife and my kids. It's time for you to move on too. Please don't contact me again. Goodbye.
I can't believe this is happening. I thought we had something special.
It's over, Bella. I need to focus on my family now. What goes around, comes around. Don't try to call or text me ever again. I'll be the one blocking you.
Don't do that! If you don't want to marry me, at least we could be lovers.
You must be insane if you think we'd be lovers. We're worlds apart. With that, goodbye forever.